Hello and welcome to Hawk Talk or Hawk Takes. Today we have an interesting stream. We're going to continue with the anti-communist videos, and of course we got the very base Imrinage here with us, as well as we have Hawkwatch and the symbol of Western imperialism, Dragon Raw Z.
Yep,
So,
that's me.
I'll let Hawkwatch, this is actually your first time on, so I'll let you introduce yourself.
So my name is Hawkwatch. I am basically a hawk that is more liberal in terms of my domestic policy, but when it comes to foreign policy, I am just ready to basically take action whenever there's human rights violations. To put it mildly.
All right, well, as I've told some of you people, I have 3 clips of 3 people I'm going to show off. And for the first one, this is probably going to be the easiest one to show off, so I'll just start with him. We are going for probably a lesser known but very infamous tanky. And we know him as historic.ly.
Oh my god. I have my fair deal of experience dealing with her on Twitter. You know what?
Wait, it's a
It's
a her?
I'm very glad I don't even know this.
Yeah, no, it's a woman. Yeah, she actually has a YouTube channel you can check out where she has these reading Lenin basically with other commies.
Well, we have to do that later because I only got screenshots of tweets. But
but those are bad enough themselves.
Yes.
Among her most memorable takes was Soviet imperialism was justified because the territories they conquered were previously part of the Russian Empire.
Basically, a watered down, more communist version of Bosch that's also a girl.
Oh no, she's way worse.
Way worse. Okay.
Maybe we'll do a little bit of Russell Bentley.
Well, I'll find the video later, but right now we'll just start with the tweets. So here's the first doozy.
So Grayson, this is Twitter drama, right?
Yeah. Anyway, this is the first
Okay.
tweet. This is an infamous one I responded to, but as we can
yuck.
the famous that there were only 2 sides, Stalin and Hitler. So
don't ask about anything before June the 22nd, 1941.
yeah.
There's only 2 sides. In reality, there was only 2 sides, good and evil, and Stalin was on the evil side.
Yeah, it wasn't like there were any other allies that were all better.
Yeah.
It's like you're either a fascist or a communist.
It's like with Poland.
I mean, we did side with the communists
Wait, is that implying
during World War II.
Is that literally implying that this person thinks that the United States is fascist or something?
I don't know.
No. I'm just saying that I'm saying we took a side and then fought against them later on.
Anyway, well, that's the most
recent infamous one.
We have. Well, I think these might be recent, but they're also pretty infamous. Anyway, we'll start off with another small one. This is: did Biden do the Holodomor? And the response is no. He did worse. He did Libya and Syria.
Yeah. Even though most of the slaughter that happened in both of those states was caused by their own dictators.
Yeah, actually, I think
Apparently, it's Joe Biden's fault, even though he wasn't even directly involved in either intervention.
It's just, I can't stand this sentiment.
Yeah. Hold on, I actually think I have a interesting.
Joe Biden opposed an intervention in Libya, by the way.
Yeah, he did.
Wow. I was wondering, how the heck do you tie him in?
Dude.
Well,
You know, hey, set, hey, whatever your name is, the other one on the
Me?
bottom left. Yeah, Joe Biden is White Flag Joe.
Wow. I've never heard that before, but I'm not surprised.
I really thought Joe Biden was more
Yeah.
hot. Apparently not.
well, I can't find the statistic right now, but just to be clear, 92% of deaths in the Syrian civil war were caused by Assad and Russia alone, not including Iranian forces, by the way.
Yeah.
Exactly. What do you expect? They're both brutal dictators.
And
that don't
Joe-
care about human.
No, you don't understand, bro.
Yeah.
Joe Biden, he
And Joe
bombed
Biden-
Syria
Also, he, funnily
with
enough,
an airstrike.
he includes Libya too. Also, here's the truth about Libya, I believe. Gaddafi had it coming for a long time.
But Alfie
Yeah.
was an idiot.
Grayson-
was.
Yeah, but the grace and the mistake was we probably should have kept
Yeah.
troops there.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, no, but
Like-
seriously, Gaddafi violated the territorial integrity of Egypt, Chad, South Sudan, Israel. But I guess those nations don't get.
Also Germany, if you count the terrorist attacks.
Yeah,
Also,
he promoted terrorist attacks in
I mean,
Indonesia.
the guy was a spy. Yeah,
He tried
but
to promote terrorist
the
attacks
guy.
in
I mean,
Australia.
Libya. It was. Yeah, definitely. I mean, like Libya was a state sponsor of terror.
Yeah, he backed the IRA too, and he also committed that bombing in Scotland.
Yeah. Yeah, so he had it coming, in my opinion.
He also did one at a German nightclub.
Anyway, we have just one more tweet from Historic.ly, because probably more than 3 would likely be too cringe for the stream. It probably get removed from YouTube. So, I ask all partisan people to join Joe. We must conquer this great country and take it back from the fascist regime. He is the only one who can keep our country with our diverse republics, religion, customs, cultures together in delicate balance. And we won't have wheeled bunkers. So if you don't know what that basically means, he's not talking about Joe Biden, or she's not talking about Joe Biden. What Joe do you think she's talking about?
Let's see.
Oh, Joseph Stalin.
Yeah. We need Joseph Stalin to take us from fascism to red fascism.
Guys, hashtag join Joe. Goofy, man. Like, what the hell?
Absolutely deranged.
Yeah, more like deranged. Joe Stalin has been dead. Wow, so who the hell are you doing? Just saying.
Oh, by the way, no, it's. I wish I
think-
could pull up that stat, but
What's going on in the background there? You have something with your audio.
I think that's Dragon. He
Yeah, I'm
typically
outside.
has-
I'm outside. Yeah, I'm outside.
Fair enough. That's a good thing.
I was outside earlier on his stream, so I guess it kind of makes sense.
All right, so
Yeah.
what's our next
Grayson.
cringe tweet?
Let me just find the. No, we're done with the tweets. We're going on to the videos because 3 is too much. But anyway, we're going to try and find. I'm trying to find the video, so you guys can talk while I try and navigate my own files.
Well,
All right.
I'm good. I was
I
just
was
gonna
gonna say
say
something
I
real
don't.
quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, but you don't understand, bro. Joe Biden, he bombed Syria with an airstrike. Man.
It took him 2 weeks to respond to that. Joe Biden is just Trump with a D. I'm sorry. Just like he's basically trying to appeal to like the very far reaches of his party, like AOC and Bernie Sanders.
Or the people who supported like Tulsi or something. Oh, she was easily the worst of that whole field last year.
Tulsi Gabbard is literally a traitor to the United States, if not a Russian shill.
Because
I would
didn't
say
she
one
meet
of the
with
best is Andrew
Assad?
Yang.
Yeah, she also met with some, I think, and apparently she also met with some kind of weird, deranged Syrian Nazi party.
Oh yeah, I've heard of those people.
Yeah, some things. Yeah, I'm being a boomer, so bear with me for a second.
No, it's okay. Take your time.
Yeah.
Do you guys think? Do you guys think that Tulsi Gabbard will run as a Republican?
I wouldn't be surprised.
God, I hope not. Not in my party.
Oh God, what if she runs as a renewed Trump's running mate? That would be what the.
Now that would be cringe.
Oh, unbelievably cringe.
I honestly think that Trump is objectively worse than Joe Biden, though.
Yeah.
I don't say that because I'm a Democrat. I am a Democrat. I just say that because Trump literally sold out to Russia before he even got elected. At least Joe Biden isn't a shill. At least I hope not.
Well, Trump did have some strong moments. Like I remember that Syrian airstrike that a lot of his followers were up in arms over. That was a good thing.
All there was like,
And the killing Soleimani.
Yeah, that was good too.
I heard. I remember I was watching the Syrian airstrikes, the coalition airstrikes that took place in 2018, and I saw some Sputnik propaganda that they put out about a Russian submarine supposedly pursuing a French submarine off the coast of Syria. I doubt that happened. I highly doubt that happened.
All right, guys, we have a video to share with you. This is going to be the introduction to kind of like the main thing, but this is just going to be the video that helps like get some of the newbies who haven't met Infrared yet know what he's about. Anyway, so just let me share screen over, and then you will. If this doesn't like immediately make you concerned, then I don't know what will.
You were up to you. You were talking about the NSA before, I think.
When did I ever talking out of your ass?
I don't know if someone said you were.
I've never.
My American imperialism. Most of those bases, the 500 military bases, most of those are just homes for kids and families.
I don't give a fuck.
Abroad?
Dude, America wields global hegemony. No one denies that. Not even the fucking people in the State Department deny that, you fucking moron.
Wait, pause the video.
So that's what you mean by the American. That's what we mean by the American.
That is 100% true. Most of those military bases are for families. Like literally 2 of my teachers grew up on military bases.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it goes back to those maps these people often share about. Look at all these U.S. military bases worldwide, and half of them aren't even currently in use. It's just some airfield we used for 2 months in 2006 or whenever.
Yeah.
American Empire. You fucking brain dead internet. Your brain is rotted by academia and the internet, and it's divorced you from the ability to understand.
Academia? What?
Yeah, yeah, he's also known for doing big word salads.
Academia is basically on his side.
Yeah, but there's only 46 seconds left.
I can't even have a human conversation with these people. Literally, when I say the American Empire, they're like, technically, no, shut the fuck up, bitch. You know what?
Can we just talk about the fact that he gets angry because people correctly point out America's not an empire?
No, this guy is the worst. He's known for just ranting and raving.
Yeah. By the way, but here's the real thing. This guy thinks America is imperialist,
Hey,
but he
Grayson,
doesn't think
I would say
China imperialist.
Hey, Grayson, I would say
Also,
the U.S. is an empire for liberty.
No, I don't even. It doesn't do that pretty
That's
well.
what Thomas Jefferson said.
It doesn't do that well though, because a lot of dictators are just getting away. Anyway, but so
What I mean.
You sound
Anything
like
else?
a fucking cock.
I do? You want me to get banned?
Yeah.
You want to get banned?
Diddums.
You want to get banned? Call me a cook again, one more time.
You're a cook.
We're gonna have a discussion.
you're a cock.
Cuck.
Besides, if anyway,
Why does he get so mad, man? Like,
because
chill.
here's the thing: Hobbes gets angry every time someone challenges his worldview that isn't China good, Soviet Union good, but only the Stalinist era Soviet.
No, this guy's so full of himself. He insists he's the future. That's what he repeats a lot. He insists he knows everything, and he just loses his shit every time someone even when someone criticizes him from the left. It's just he's insane.
I'm on the left, and literally this guy seems like he's pretty much insane. Like, at least I can sit down and talk with Vosh. And I probably would agree more with Vosh than I would with this guy.
Yeah. Here's another thing.
Yeah.
I went on to I was actually I debated him once too. I think it was actually on this same stream, but I don't have the clip of me. And basically, all we argued about was, no joke, why the Mongol Empire. I was arguing that the Mongol Empire didn't really do that much other than conquer and rape. And he's just like, no, it was the creator of civilization.
I saw the clip.
Yeah, no, I think I saw that too.
Yeah, I kind of lost my shit at that stream too. I'm just like, fuck this, I'm out.
The Mongol Empire is the creator.
No, not the Mongol Empire. He said this in Kansas stream. I am a Mongoloid.
Pretty much argues for multipolarity.
Yeah, even though we don't live in a multipolarity world, because it's only bipolarity, because it's only really the U.S. versus China. But
and even that, the U.S. is still
Russia.
several degrees more powerful than China.
Yeah, we still live in unipolarity for the most part. But
And not to
this
mention,
guy
like,
argues for multipolarity.
yeah,
This guy argues to break down the military, give it to other countries.
and not to mention, literally, most of our enemies are probably going to collapse by the end of the century.
yeah, China is said to have like less than 1 billion people by like the year 2100. It might actually be overtaken by Nigeria.
Well, if climate change goes out of control, China will basically be a giant desert. So
yeah, it's already turning into a desert, and the water programs have been shit.
Actually, here's the thing. I would say Russia supports the climate change argument.
Yeah,
Because
we'll
you need high
continue.
oil prices.
You're gonna have it. Up to you.
Call me a cook again. I'll get you're
Yo, cuck.
get banned. How about that?
you're a cook.
Do you want to have a back and forth?
And I don't want anything from you, bitch. I'm just here to humiliate you on the server, which I'm doing successfully.
You see how full of himself he is. This video was an own, unlike Anthony. By the way, Anthony Duvici, I think his name is. Everyone should go follow him because he's amazing. He's a great analyst. But yeah, but this is the best part.
Yeah.
Who's the dude with no job? Okay.
How would you know?
Goodbye.
Okay, bye, bitch.
Oh my god! Like, what the hell?
I'd say that ending by Anthony was just like savage. It's like, says the guy with no job. Anyway, goodbye.
Dude, he literally just roasted the fuck out of Haas.
Yeah. And I've seen Anthony. He is not the type of person who usually would roast you.
Wait, Anthony. Oh, that guy. Yeah, that guy is cool. Actually, he destroyed Haas without even like needing to. He could probably destroy Haas just by looking at him.
Yeah, because Anthony's a smart guy. Haas is not a smart guy. as we are about to see from
His
the
mouth
actual,
is much bigger than his brain. We know that much.
but he is a mongoloid. So it doesn't-
His mouth.
He's still better
He
than
could
Russell
swallow the
Bentley.
whole. He could swallow the whole Mongol Empire.
Anyway, so this next clip we're doing, this is basically Hawes going to about to play Russia apologetics because of course he is. But I'm going to share screen over again, and we're going to watch this 3-minute video. That's probably going to take that's going to take forever to analyze. But okay, so I'm sharing a.
See if you can invite Kanzik. See if he wants to come on.
I think you can send. If you just copy paste onto like the URL, you could probably send him the link. That's how I sent.
But I think the reason I'm
Okay, so this is gonna be.
pointing this out is I don't think these Western liberals understand that even Putin and the Russian people in power want to be a normal liberal. They just can't be. They want that, but they literally cannot be it.
Okay,
Oh,
already pause it.
Yeah, this is like a famous argument by like sort of like reactionary communists in a way that these nations can't be liberal democracies because it's not sustainable to their country.
Vladimir Putin does not want to be a liberal democracy. The first thing he did when he got into power was shut down the free press. What a fucking idiot!
No, the
He
real
put people in
reason
jail
why
for criticizing him.
Yeah, that too.
the reason why Russia is it's going to take forever to be a liberal democracy is because they literally have been under millennium of authoritarianism. There is no experience with democracy in the country.
Yeah, no, that sort of thing has its effect on its culture. And case in point, the countries like Poland and the Czech Republic have become democracies at this point. And well, Poland's to a less stable degree, but still, they're more so than Russia. And again, it's not something that can be built overnight. The democracy in the West took millennia to develop as it currently is. And so much of our system relies on the honor system that Russia just doesn't have after the 70 years of Soviet rule with all the accompanying lies and the like. It's possible, but it will take some time.
Everyone said the same thing about Tunisia. It's like Tunisia is never going to be a liberal democracy. It's never going to democratize. And now Tunisia is one of the most democratic nations in Africa.
Of course. Yeah, no, that's the sort of thing I'm saying. And just if the people the point is, if the people really are committed to it, they can build it.
Yeah. Like there are nations that like disprove this narrative that some nations aren't built for democracy because of culture. It's like every culture can be democratic. It just some of them might take time. Some of them have different history. But we'll continue.
Is not possible, and I will explain very simply why it's not possible for Russia to be a liberal democracy. Ready?
And if he says anything else is in a millennium of authoritarianism, he'd be wrong.
Within the framework of traditional property rights, within the framework of traditional liberal rights, you have oligarchy in Russia. Think about it. Think about it. Think for a second. Audience, think for a second.
This guy knows nothing about Russia. This guy knows absolutely nothing about Russia. If he knew anything about Russia, he would realize that the first thing Putin did, like I said before, is shut down the free press. The first thing that he did.
Yeah, and like Yeltsin wasn't really a democratic figure either.
Yeah, Yeltsin, no, actually,
he was still better though.
Yeah, he's still better than Putin though.
Yeah, like at least he was somewhat committed to the idea, even if he was an ineffective leader.
Yeah. That's the thing. Yeltsin being ineffective is probably the worst. That's had dangerous effects on Russia.
You mind if I say something real quick?
What do you want to say?
All right. So I think I've heard, Boris Yeltsin was kind of our guy we kind of used during the Cold War because he wanted for his because he kind of did it for his self-interest. He was willing to work with us against the Soviets.
Well, he only rose to real prominence in like the last year of Soviet rule, by which point the Cold War was more or less over as a great power competition.
Yeah, because the Soviet coup was not going to work either way.
Yeah, no, he gained effective power when the hardline coup against Mikhail Gorbachev failed, and that nominally restored Gorbachev to power, but he was a lame duck president by that point, and Yeltsin was the real leader by then.
Yeah.
We got like only
Here's
2 minutes.
here's
left of
another.
this stream, so I'm just
Okay.
Fine. Because I'm going to prove to you contradictions are real. Get ready. Ready? If you have individual liberal rights in Russia and you have traditional property rights and you have traditional democracy in Russia, right? Which they tried in the 90s with Yeltsin, so to speak.
I don't think they ever really did traditional anything under Yeltsin. Because
Yeltsin
Traditional
was
democracy.
Yeltsin was essentially
I heard that
supposed to be
before.
was essentially supposed to be a transitional figure to democracy, and it ultimately failed because people like Putin, who are effectively paranoid KGB boomers, got into power and usurped the system that was trying to be established. That's why they weren't a democracy, not because some weird thing that this guy's saying.
You will have an oligarchy. Why? Because you can't touch the economic sphere. See what they did in the reform.
okay, is he going to? I think. Hold on, I know where he's going to go with this.
After the Soviet Union was that they had a ploy where they gave everyone vouchers or some shit.
Okay, so that's where it went. He went for the voucher shit, apparently.
I'm sorry.
So, his idea is that the reason why the oligarchs came to power was because no one knew how to properly use private property at the time.
Yeah,
Because
no, like I mentioned, it was so much of the honor system that we have in the West wasn't there. People just grabbed whatever they could, and people who are mostly in positions of power at that time, like you'd be a communist one moment and a billionaire the next. People again, Putin wasn't specifically one of those, but people like him, former KGB types.
Putin's
They
a
were the
nihilist.
ones. Yeah, no, he doesn't believe in anything really.
Putin,
So-
Putin, you know what Putin believes in? He believes in the only thing he believes in is himself.
Yeah, power, money, and how he can get more of those things.
Yeah, and probably weird drug parties or whatever the hell he does.
Yeah. Him and all his cronies.
So we'll continue.
It entitled them a piece of the Soviet economy. But people made to eat, they sold them, and then the oligarchs accumulated this ownership of the Soviet economy. That's basically really still run on how it worked. The oligarchy in Russia is not some antagonist of liberal democracy. It's the result of liberal democracy. If you nationalize everything.
No, just because you're a result of liberal democracy doesn't make you not an enemy. You're still an enemy to liberal democracy.
Yeah, it's the result of a failure to build liberal democracy, not of liberal democracy itself.
Yeah.
It's a failure. It's a failure to transition.
Yeah.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, the Russians, what they should have done is they should have transitioned longer. It should have been more of a 10-year transition.
Yeah, like I said before, it was usurped by Putin basically.
Also, I believe like some former communists actually sabotaged some of the reforms anyway. So
Yeah, like in the first year when things mattered the most, there was a lot of political. There was political disputes that ended up in with the shelling of the parliament in 1993, and people were just the the new oligarch / former party people class was fighting against it tooth and nail.
Yep.
Everything in Russia and make it so there can't be an oligarchy. Congratulations. You have to step outside liberal democracy to do that in the fucking first place. You understand how it's a contradiction? If you try to destroy.
So what's your feudalism, Hawes? That's the real
Why would you
question.
have to step outside of liberal democracy?
Yeah. Liberalism killed feudalism, so I think it can kill oligarchism.
Yeah, what they need most is some way to fight corruption. That's one of the greatest things holding them back. That's why these oligarchs still have power and influence.
Honestly, this might be a little bit of a hot take, but I actually feel like libertarians can actually serve a better use in Russia than they do in the U.S. Because, like, the Libertarian Manifesto in America, in my opinion, doesn't make sense. But if they made in Russia, it would make perfect sense because it's a country that actually needs it.
Yeah, but why don't we send the ANCAPs over to Russia?
Well, I mean, that's sort of the reputation it had in the 90s, this sort of Wild West, gangster, anything goes kind of place where oligarchs had their own private armies and the like. There was just at least its reputation. And like they still have a lot of they have a flat tax there, you know. They have a lot of libertarian-esque reforms from that era still in place.
I mean, I just feel like the smart government and the social reforms, like cutting back military spending.
I sort of see that point, but you could also say that would make it worse.
Oh, classical liberalism, probably more vernacular. But that's semantics. But
destroy the anti-liberal formation, which is an oligarchy, you can't be in liberalism. If you try to preserve liberalism, that will inevitably give rise to an oligarchy, and an oligarchy will inevitably give rise to social chaos. It will destroy the country, which is what
bullshit. It's bullshit.
He says liberal democracy destroy the country.
No, it's kind of like those polls where it's like
the hell is he
Russians
talking?
So this is what this kind of reminds me of. It's kind of like seeing those tankies who point out, oh, but this poll shows that Russians disapprove of the transition to capitalism and democracy. It's like, yeah, because they never had a real transition to capitalism and democracy.
I mean, practically Putin is running a fascist regime. Yeah. How close that is to capitalism, I mean, you can say it's close, but it's still not exactly capitalism.
Yeah, no.
Well, it is a form of capitalism, you could say, but it's nothing like the American or the English liberal model. Not at all.
I mean,
it's not even like the Pinochet model.
It's closer to feudalism when you think about it.
I might say something about this.
Yeah, sure.
I'll say something real quick. I've heard like the CIA kind of overthrow like, and I kind of believe they did, to be honest, because they probably had to. They had to work with a guy. I go by the Jean Kirkpatrick doctrine. Like you have to work with the least bad option.
Okay.
Or else they could have lost the Cold War.
We'll get back to Halls now.
Yeah.
People will starve. People will die, all to preserve your liberal dream. These fucking Westerners.
By the way, Stalinists who look how many people died for Stalin's transition.
Yeah.
Like there's a reason why the nicest place in Ukraine right now is Galicia, because it's the one place of Ukraine that managed to avoid Stalin's.
Yeah, that only became a part of the USSR in 1939.
Yeah, so it managed to avoid most of the Holodomor. So And that's why that's like Galicians are like far more wealthier than like everyone else in Ukraine because
Also, that could, when you mention that could be why the Baltic states are more successful than elsewhere in the former Soviet Union, because they missed the worst of the Stalin period. Well, at least the worst before World War II.
yeah.
I don't even like to call him Stalin. I like to call him by his real name. But I don't even know what it is because it's super long and complicated.
Yeah, that's why I prefer to call him Stalin just because it's shorter and simpler.
Jugashvili is his original name.
Zhuzhashvili. I'm not going to say that name all the time. Stalin. It's also more fun to.
He's Georgian, though.
It's also fun. It's also you can also be more creative with Stalin. It's like, yes, Stalin's 5-year plan.
Wait, isn't that the same name as the Georgian president who in 2008 when Russia invaded?
No, that's Saakashvili.
Oh,
It's a common name ending for Georgians. It's a little bit like son in English.
I think Russians are stupid and just too primitive for their liberalism. That's not the case. The case is that your liberalism proved its actual reality in Russia.
There's also seems to be this idea that the Russians are like the reason why they're failing is because they're not ready for it. No, there is actually some truth that the Russians aren't exactly intelligent enough for democracy. Not in the sense you would think, though, but not in the sense of intelligence. I mean, they have, in the sense that they have no experience with democracy, not that they're just bone dead stupid.
yeah, like you kind of have to be careful when you say stuff like that because then it can start coming across as racist or whatever.
No, but it's like, again, they have no experience in most of their lifetimes with operating a real one. And it takes a certain level of popular commitment to build one that's totally possible, but it's one they didn't have in the 90s.
It also takes like a smart leader who wants to do it, too. It's like, yeah,
I agree.
Leaders in Russia, but they don't want to do it.
I mean, I agree. I just think that, like, when it comes to making an argument based on ethnicity and stuff, you kind of start treading thin water or thin ice at some point.
Like no ethnicity is incapable of having these things. Yeah. But yeah, it is important to mention their histories, just if they have any history of operating a system like this.
Yeah, I bet. And that's kind of an argument that Putin was trying to make. He's basically trying to make an argument now that Slavs are genetically distinct and they don't do democracy. He's trying to say they're different than Europeans.
Yeah, even though Poland, Czech Republic does democracy, but
and Ukraine.
Yeah,
and Slovenia and Croatia. Those are all Slavic countries that do democracy.
Bulgaria, Macedonia.
Yep.
Let's get back to Haas.
Yeah. Haas mad. Haas angry. Haas mad.
Russia,
mad.
Bitch ass motherfucking liberals really are.
Motherfucking liberals.
American liberalism was proven. Its actual nature was.
Also, why is it that he's the only one that ever talks in these streams?
He talks over the other person because he's a loudmouth.
But here's the thing: this guy doesn't even try to say anything. But yeah, it's right because he's a loud.
Why would you try to say something? He's just gonna fucking yell at you.
But this guy's on his side.
He's still gonna yell at him though.
Oh yeah,
yeah, because he's a fellow cuckler.
That's the whole fucking point.
All right. As unhinged as those streams were, that's actually probably the calmest I've ever seen Haas, to be honest.
Because he's talking with somebody who's on his side, obviously.
Liberalized Russia? Think not.
No, but like I don't know if you guys want to watch it or you want to go to Ben Norton, but I could show you like the Kansas Haas debate where he goes like ape shit. You guys, who wants to? All right, just say if you want to see it or not, or if you want to get to Benjamin Norton, because I know some of us are stressed for time.
After I watched that video on the Gray Zone where they had the tanky on, the trader, I'm not sure if I could watch another Gray Zone episode.
All right, so I guess we're just
Yes, enjoying the
Zone?
lol cow who
Yeah,
is Haas.
Didn't they say Syria used to gas his own people?
yeah,
But now now they're like switching.
and now it's the By the way, you know he has a video where he takes all the debates he debated, Kanzak, me, Anthony, and he put them in this neoconservatives get destroyed. Now, I'll let you determine whether or not he destroyed Kanzak's in this debate.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
I'm gonna show this with Kanzak just to see if he wants. If he doesn't, then he doesn't. But... Okay, Twitter is being Twiddles. I just showed it with him, see if he wants to join. If he doesn't, that's stupid. Yep. So, warning. This video is not for the faint of heart.
I bet.
Kansas cocksucker, bitch.
There he is.
Why does it start off like that?
I don't know, but speaking of the devil, it's the Kanzuk himself. Kan's cook.
What's up? I have like no sleep.
You had no sleep.
I had no sleep, and I think I'm gonna die.
Well, you will if you don't sleep soon, probably.
Actually, which one do you want to see? Kanzuk versus Halls or me versus Halls?
One of both.
Okay,
Like
masochist.
they're both in the video.
Yeah.
I feel like I should preface this by saying my whole intent with this was to waste his time and kind of bait him.
You did.
This is not a serious debate.
Yeah. None of them are. Like,
That's a great screenshot.
The only person who even tried to have a serious debate with Halls was Anthony, and that lasted 90 seconds. But anyway, we'll
Cocksucker, bitch. So you're the one talking all that shit in my chat. Go ahead, speak.
Well, I just wanted to.
First of all, I just wanted.
yeah, you can already tell this guy's an ass 15 seconds in.
I just think that he's kind of crazy.
He is. Like, imagine being this guy's neighbors. Like, oh, neighbor.
I don't envy them.
Seconds, he's just like fucking imitating me in that fucking voice.
Yeah.
Like he's
You
just
sound nothing like.
Oh yeah. I don't sound pleasant to listen to. I'll admit that.
I don't mind your voice, to be honest. I kind of like the fact you sound younger than you actually are, because it makes it even better.
Yeah, I attract older men. Oh, that's a nasty thing to say. Yeah. Yeah, for some reason your dumbass mods like didn't give me enough permissions. I only could see 2 channels, so
Oh, by the way, that's like the most retarded thing, Gorilla Gang.
Wait, I got a question. Why the hell does he have the globe and like the global warming over there?
That's his logo.
it's the infrared show. It's like the, infrared.
Honestly,
That is so dumb.
Yeah, honestly, I'd rather watch an actual show about infrared rays than this. That could actually sound better. It's like, yes, and here we have the blue ray, and here we have the purple ray, versus you cocksucker bitch. Oh, please leave the
This-
infrared show. This is not your show for the last time.
This guy has like no manners. He doesn't seem to care about basic human like greeting.
He doesn't have manners, but I didn't have manners.
In
either,
fairness to him, I did torment him a lot.
yeah, we all.
But
yeah,
he's the sort of guy who deserves to get tormented now and again.
No,
He's so
here's the
full of
thing.
himself.
I think
No,
it
but
was
like you
five
should
or
have seen like what happened on Twitter and what happened before this debate.
So, like 507 of us were like in the chat, and he has like 100 views, and he got more triggered by the fact that 7 of us were there.
Because he's used to living in an echo chamber, as we know.
This guy also like fucking has a thing against RedTube. Like, we won't watch it here, but if you want to see something funny, go watch the Hawes versus Dylan Burns debate or the Hawes versus Walsh debate.
Why did he call you guys
I'm not-
Neo?
To be honest,
Why does he call you guys Neo?
I am not a fan of BreadTube.
Yeah, but Hawes is worse.
Why does he call you guys neoconservatives? Like, I get it, like
I'd rather
neo,
have the
but
honesty.
does he mean like neo in the fact that like neoconservatism is over, or does he mean neo? I don't know what he's trying to imply.
Your mods are a bunch
He's
of
trying to make
dumb-
pro-war.
You stumbling, mumbling bitch. When you talk shit, you have to say it clearly, straight, and concise. Don't fucking.
He's already mad.
Insult.
He doesn't have an argument, so he's trying to basically yell a lot to
We're
make
not,
it
not
like,
even we're not even arguing yet. I'm just pointing out his mods are
Cancel,
dumb.
cocksucker,
Yeah.
bitch.
Holy
have an argument.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry you talk slowly. Speak fast.
See, that's okay. So basically,
Yeah, speak fast.
so basically, this is when you talk like Ben Shapiro and you talk really fast. Okay, folks. Okay, folks. Anyway. And the idea, Haas, that you want to call me a cocksucker when I clearly have a wife is just beyond me. I don't know what your problem is. Ben Shapiro versus Haas. I need to see that debate.
Yeah. Oh, I think Ben Shapiro would wipe the floor with him, and Haas would just end it in a temper tantrum.
He would, but then he'd say he destroyed Ben Shapiro.
I don't even like Shapiro, but I can admit that Shapiro would probably destroy Haas.
Yeah.
Speak fast, you fuck. If you believe in something, you can speak fast about it.
Hold on, I got to eat.
Isn't English your first language, Sans fuck?
I actually was eating dinner. That's why I said that. Hold on, I gotta eat.
Only you would go through a debate with food. That's,
Why
I was eating and I was also managing my website at the same time. I
Yeah.
was multitasking.
I mean, once again, why is he so mad?
I don't know.
Yeah, it kind of is.
On cannabis, but you talk slower. You talk slower than my fucking great grandpa, and he never even spoke English. He speaks English faster than you.
The fuck? You know that. Did you even meet him?
Did you even meet him? How does it feel to be a
It's pretty good. That honestly, I wish I said that. By the way, did we lose someone? No, I can't.
No, I think we're all here.
Okay. Anyway, I think I skipped a bit.
speaks English faster than you?
How do you know that? Did you even meet him?
Did you even meet him? So how does it feel to be a cocksucker? Tell me that, Cans Cook. Your name's Kamzook? Isn't that a you think you're gonna fucking empire? Is that
I think we're getting feedback from someone.
It's not me. It's not me.
This guy reminds me of like one of those people that tries to like effectively.
Or on Dragon, I'm going to
Bully.
mute you for just a few minutes, if that's okay, just because I think we're getting feedback. Sorry to do that to you, but I'll unmute you in a few minutes, I promise.
He basically wants to effectively bully his way into some sort of into some kind of own against Kanzuk, but it's not working.
No,
It is
it's
not.
no, it's Canton's Cuck. Didn't you say the title?
Cans cook.
Cans suck.
I was like,
Did you see the freaking thumbnail? It's just like the Kanzuk emblem for Kanzuk International with like a red X over it.
I will admit
That's
though
the
that
thumbnail.
I actually do think Cans cook is actually not that bad of a nickname.
Well, yeah, everyone just calls me that now.
Yeah, because it's a little catchy, I have to admit.
And I think it's pretty funny because it reminds me of this debate and reminds me of Hawes and his constant chimping. It's really
Yeah.
fucking funny.
Oh, we get into that.
The legend of Kanskuk. This is where it originated.
Yep.
Yourself?
Well, I think even look at this. Wait, I didn't notice this. This Marxist guy is telling him to chill.
Well, yeah, he's more like pissed off in this debate than he was in like other debates with other like bread tubers and shit.
Yeah.
No, it's actually just Canadian Zuckerberg. You know, like Canuck, Mark Zuckerberg.
No, it's Kanzuk. We know what Kanzuk means. You think you're gonna revive your dead empire? That's your cope you're selling? You little bitch.
Oh, it's interesting. You actually know what Kanzuk is because you know.
Of
a lot
course
of
I know
people
what
don't
it
actually-
is. So
a
you
lot
think
of
you're
people
gonna
don't
revive
actually know
that
what
dead
it
empire?
is.
By the way, if you want to know what a real meme alliance is, look up the Alba group.
Oh man.
The Alba.
The Alpha
meme.
Group.
The Alba group. It's basically Bolivia, Venezuela, Nicaragua, Iran, and Syria butt fucking each other.
And Cuba, well, Cuba's the fourth member, and Iran and Syria are observers.
I
Yeah.
thought the
And the
CSTO
orgy.
was like a meme cope.
Yeah, but Alba's a real. Alba makes them look tough. It's like a lot of coping ideologies from the left. Well, not from the
Hey
left, but from
Grayson,
my
you think
enemies.
you're racist? I can be way more racist.
Oh, come on! Don't spoil it.
Yeah, don't spoil.
Don't spoil it. Don't spoil it.
What you think?
Oh, like in a fashion? Not really.
But all of you combined do this shit.
Okay, so someone's echoing.
I think it's coming from Hawkwatch.
Hawkwatch, if you don't mind, could you see if that's you? I'm sorry to say it like that. But anyway,
Now do you?
also, interesting how he puts out. He's like, none of you people amount to anything. Where it's like the GDP per capita in those 4 countries is higher than China. The GDP per capita in Mexico is higher than China.
This
Spain.
guy is like, does this guy actually expect that this is going to appeal to people?
It appeals to his mindless audience, the cult of personality.
Yes,
Yeah,
all
in
of the
China-
100
Didn't
of
China
them
have like a
who
program
show.
in Australia?
Yeah, they send their kids there to study. Same with to the U.S. and England.
What do you mean by that?
You all America's dogs.
Great land
All of
exchange.
you combined will never amount to anything. You have nothing. You have no substantive base. It's just based on financial abstraction. You have no substantive basis for your.
By the way, those are bullshit words.
What the fuck is, I still don't know what the fuck he's talking about
You
here.
have nothing.
You have substantive base as financial abstraction. He's just uttering random words.
Yeah, because we don't have like thousands of economists that like.
I feel like he knows nothing about Canada's economy.
Yeah, but no, this a good scene that's actually about to come up.
Economies. Nothing. Australia only fucking gets by selling fucking raw materials to China.
Oh, okay. So this is going to be an interesting thing I'm going to point out. China actually sells more as a percentage of their exports to the EU than Australia does to China. So by his own logic, China only gets by selling shit to Europe.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, China has a big control over, like rare earth minerals. Not many people know that.
Yeah, that's actually a scary thing, though.
Yeah.
70% of global mining, 90% of global production, and the world's largest known reserves. It's
Ugh.
scary.
Well, time to. Well, there's only one option left. All right, Uyghurs, go start your Mujahideen Part 2. The ghost of Masoud will lead you to victory again.
That would
That'd
be
be-
awesome. I would love that.
Someone, I need to see that as a movie. But just Masoud comes back.
Another perfect screenshot.
They're all perfect. He's the Caillou of tankies.
He is a meme.
Nothing. UK's industry is dead. What the fuck does New Zealand have? Kiwis?
Kiwis? Most prosperous nation in the world. Kiwis?
I feel like he probably thinks like New Zealand actually like exports the kiwi fruit as like that's their major export.
Yeah,
And he doesn't realize that like kiwi birds
That's the only thing that they
exist.
have. Kiwis.
No, he doesn't. I feel like he doesn't know that there's a bird called kiwi, and that's like the national bird in New Zealand.
Yeah,
And he probably thinks kiwis are like a major part of the economy.
Goes
Even
to
though
show
it's-
he knows nothing about these places.
So as far
I
as
think
I know,
he's
kiwi fruit is like grown in places like China and shit. Like they're not even native to New Zealand at all.
I think what he's actually trying to do is imply that they have
Kenzie,
nothing but
hey, Kenzie.
kiwis.
Stop talking like a monkey.
What does Canada have? Financial
this is
speculators
another fun-
dumping their fucking shit in a fucking pile somewhere. You have no substantive base. You have no people's economy. You have no real life.
People's economy.
You just fucking perish.
Oh, people's economy. So I guess that means bullshit economy.
Yes. I was going to say, isn't Australia like #2 on the Human Development Index after Norway? I heard one year they were that. And how could you really can't say these countries have nothing? How does one come to that conclusion?
You spend all your time reading theory. This is what happens when you read theory, bro.
The amount
Dude,
of
look how
people,
angry he is.
the amount of people below the poverty line in China is like the entire population of the United States. Just
Yeah,
feel like I
Yeah, but
should
they
point
make
that
like
out.
$2.25 an hour. They're past the poverty line, man.
Yeah, like 300+ million people in China are
And
below the
also,
poverty
the
line.
thing with that is that their poverty line is artificially lowered because they set the standards lower.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's like
so
they
it's even
claim to have
shittier.
quote unquote eradicated extreme poverty because they eliminated everyone below a 190 a day, but 190 a day isn't a very good poverty line. It's
Yeah.
not very accurate.
Every year,
Maybe
China.
past-
Financial parasites. And you think you're gonna revive your empire? No, it's America's big cock that's the reason you guys have anything right now.
Yeah, it's a pretty big cock. It's one that you seem to hate.
It's the one shoved so far up your fucking ass that you forgot it was.
By the way, this guy seems to talk a lot about asses and butts.
And about cockery.
It's almost as if he's projecting. He's talking about like a cock so far up someone's ass, he's forgetting it's there. Why do you think he's so mad?
Fucking there, and you're actually so deluded as to think that you can just have your cans hooked and you're gonna have your empire that's gonna work out, even though America's the only one who inherited that empire, and that empire is collapsing. How does that make you feel?
Actually, China is literally a paper tiger that is closer to collapse than America is.
Yeah, like Polymatter does 3 good. I actually do
I've heard
mention that
people.
later,
I've heard.
and his reaction to it is probably the funniest thing ever. I won't spoil it, but
Let's see into that.
I've heard America's going to collapse.
I am
a lot.
saying a lot of words. Do you not comprehend? Do you not speak English? Can suck? Cans cuck? English is supposed to be your first fucking language.
that's when you start speaking French and say you're from Quebec. People from Quebec could defeat Haas. It's just a country full of Haases.
I hate Quebec. Fuck Quebec.
Yes.
All your homies hate Quebec.
Well, you're
Vancouver's pretty good.
Mongoloid.
I don't give a fuck. I am a mongoloid.
I am a mongoloid.
Mongoloid.
I wasn't expecting that reaction.
He is probably the first person I've ever seen actually embrace being called a Mongoloid.
He's the only one because he doesn't know what that means. He's a mongoloid.
In my heart, I'm a mongoloid. That is what I am. We are a horde. That is what we are. Yes, we are that. We are 100% that.
That's not something. He's just like tripling down. He's he's tripling down on owning the label of being a mongoloid.
Doesn't even know. This
guy is like so far off the deep end. I mean, there's not much you can say about him besides he yells.
This guy actually is starting to make Ben Norton look like a sane person.
Yeah, because at least I can listen to the Gray Zone, even if I disagree highly with what they're saying.
But this is just fun. This is pure enjoyment.
Yeah, this is the sort of guy you don't engage with, but you bait mercilessly.
Yeah, I engaged with him once. We will see that, and it's not good.
Yeah.
The Mongols only united it.
Oh, but yeah, this is when he stands the Mongol Empire. Good anti-imperialism there, Haas.
Yeah.
Fuck you, bitch. You can skunk, bitch. What the fuck do you know about civilization? What the fuck do you know about pride? What the fuck do you have to be proud of except looting, genociding, and destroying the culture?
Shut the hell up. The Mongols
Looting,
literally did all of that.
Yeah, looting, genocide, destroying cities.
You think
Like, we're still trying to estimate the cost of them burning down the library of Baghdad.
Oh, someone's echoing. Who is that?
Who is that?
Someone was echoing, but
It's Hawkwatch.
oh,
What the fuck do you know, Canscock?
Well, you're the one here chimping out, so
I am chipping out, bitch, because I'm a fucking human being.
the only person who would say that is this guy.
and he said it so
This guy-
passionately too.
Yeah, this guy's a communist and the guy's like a simp for the Mongols.
Yeah. Also, I was going to say this.
He's a simp for the chimps.
This guy talks about going into Iraq, killing the people, stealing the oil, which, by the way, we didn't do. But look at what the Mongols did in Baghdad.
Did they steal the oil?
Worse, they burned down the library there, and all sorts of knowledge is lost. Like, it's just incalculable the damage that was done. And yet here's this guy cheering them on.
I mean, Genghis Khan spread his seed, so like he spread his legacy.
He stands the Mongol Empire, Mao, and Stalin. I think this guy just looks at like the worst people in history as like, yep, those are my homies.
And you're a little soy boy cuck, little bitch.
Actually, America is at least when America has an empire, they're fighting for something good. When the fucking Mongols have an empire, they're going around destroying villages and taking over countries.
Yeah, holy shit. You're right, holy shit. You triggered me at this.
Well, technically, the Mongols never got Hungary because Hungary's strong.
They did pillage us a whole lot, but we survived.
Yeah, and by the end, we actually like defeated the Mongols in like direct battle with less forces than they had.
Yeah, no, people forget about the second invasion in 1285, and we kicked the crap out of them.
Yeah.
Me off
You
this
guys say-
holy shit.
When you guys say we, like, I'm guessing you're referring to Europeans. I don't know.
Hungarians, because
We're both of Hungarian background.
Oh, yeah.
Subscribe, you little bitch. You little cuck. What kind of fucking stream do you think you were walking into? Talking all that.
By the way, notice this guy here is actually correcting him. Mongoloid.
This guy is about. This guy is gonna raise his power level.
That shit in our comments. You think I'm a nice leftist guy? You think I'm just some nice leftist guy?
Oh, we
No,
would
I just eat
never.
you for breakfast.
We
You don't
would-
know who the fuck I am.
Oh, we were never under that impression that you were a nice leftist guy. We wouldn't.
Well,
we never thought you were a
well,
nice
good.
leftist
He
guy.
I'm
he
not a nice
openly
guy
like
either.
said that he was triggered. Like he's the only one who's cucked.
Yeah.
Hey,
He is a
Grayson,
real cuck in this.
I cucked him. I wasted his time and baited him into doing all this
That's
dumb
what your
shit.
nickname really means. You cans, cuck, cause
hey, Grayson.
Yeah.
Hey, Grayson.
Yes.
I'm not a nice guy neither. I love being a savage.
Oh yeah. Unleash your dragon.
I am.
Yeah.
No, I see you. I think you're a mongoloid. That's what you.
I
look
am a
like.
mongoloid. You're right. It is what I am, and I'm proud of being that.
Well, it's an anthropological term. It doesn't actually
Okay.
mean Mongol
Oh,
or
so what's your
Mongolian.
fucking point? You ugly, disgusting, fucking ugly, disgusting, fucking barbarian, smelly piece of shit.
This guy literally supports the Mongol Empire, and he's saying that.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how Kanzak smells, so I can't vouch for him there. Kanzak,
Go over to my house.
I don't know where you live. I don't want you to say it on the stream because your cause might come.
You want to talk racism? I can be way more racist than you, Angloid.
What the hell?
I can be
There
way
he
more
goes. He
racist
does the
than you.
meme.
Could you imagine though? What? Imagine his black neighbors.
You're
must be
racist? I
like
can be way more racist.
It's like, well, shit. We gotta get this guy.
Guys, Haas has to take his clan robe out of the closet.
Yeah.
Yeah, what if he like starts screaming the N-word during one of these streams? What would his black neighbors think?
That's some racist
You know,
BS right
on his
there.
fucking Discord after the stream, like at some point on March 14th, he made an announcement. Like, I have this as my Twitter banner. It's my number one spammer is this guy since yesterday. He must be dominated. Show him our power at everyone. And it's just a link to my Twitter profile.
It's funny how like how they couldn't take out a simple neoconservative fat fuck too.
I've never seen
Did he not read the first
Did
video?
Angloids you fucking have? It needed the Romans to fuck off.
Okay, this is when he gets another pretty interesting take.
All of you in your ass to give you any civilization. The Romans gave you civilization. You never had any of your own.
So how does he explain German civilization? Or Scandinavian civilization, or Hungarian civilization, or the fact that Britain's already had civilization?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Why is he? So he's essentially trying to be racist towards white people here.
Yeah.
Well,
He's
racist
white.
towards
He has
Anglos.
like a weird obsession with like hating on Anglo people.
Yeah, he says
Yeah.
he's white, yet he claims to be an Arab. Like, I'm no expert on Arab people. I asked Khalid on this, but I mean, he said he might be Lebanese, but
I don't know. He doesn't look. I mean, he's got the fucking hair. He's got the fucking nose. He doesn't look like a regular white. He looks at least part Arab to me.
oh, he's probably worse. He's probably Turkish or Greek.
Oh, that's nasty.
The Turks, get away from me!
The Young Turks.
It's fucking
By the way,
gross.
This is Turks. I know there's going to be another. Every time we say something, just assume it's going to be a segue into another. Oh.
You stupid Angloid fucking barbarian. You smelly bitch. You want to be racist? I could be way more racist.
No, he did the line.
Sounds like he can smell you from. He can smell you all the way from a mile away.
Why would you say that you want to be more racist than someone else?
Hey, buddy. He can smell you from all the way from Mongolia, dude.
Oh shit!
I kind of want to get Dragon to debate Haas. Dragon, you up for it? If I could
Please
somehow,
do it, Dragon.
He's not on live right now.
yeah, if you could though, I
Okay,
would.
So what I'm saying is that
you would destroy him.
you can summon all the way from Mongolia.
I don't think he's in Mongolia. I think he. Anyway, we'll just.
I think he's in New York.
You want to talk shit about Asians? What the fuck do you have on Asia, huh?
I have nothing on it.
You have nothing, because you're a Ken's cuck bitch.
Probably because we have nothing against Asian people. Like, you don't have to hate the people just because you hate the government. It's like we don't hate Afghans just because we hate the Taliban.
Yeah, no, that's a classic fallacy.
Yeah.
Oh, you're otherizing the Taliban.
Oh God! Don't do that argument. You're offending the Taliban feelings.
Good, let's hurt him some more.
And now you're gonna submit to your Asian masters. And you
Oh, we have someone else, but
Fetish, he's gonna submit to his Asian masters.
Hey, Dragon, I see you.
He said Asian masters. I'm just like, what?
there's nothing you could do about it.
Yeah, I don't think Asians have that much. Given what Asians think of interracial marriage, I don't think they want to dominate white people.
Yeah, true.
Nothing. Yes, they
Asian
will be your
masters.
masters, and you can't do a fucking thing about it.
Oh, but it seems India.
So is he like So it's like Raymer Asame, Pan-Asianist. He wants like the Asians to be like the new Europeans ruling the world. Is that what Haas is now?
Acts like we can't do anything about it, yet India was able to stop China.
India is way more based than China.
Yeah.
Oh,
India
absolutely.
can deal with the situation in Afghanistan.
Well, like here's the thing.
Since
China
Biden's
can barely
fallen out.
even handle China can barely handle as of now. They can't even handle some of the Islamic terrorists in Xinjiang. They have to literally. There's a reason why they have to do mass internment, because they can't do regular invasions.
Yeah, no, and it shows the degree those groups
Yeah.
have support amongst the population if they have to intern hundreds of thousands of people.
Millions.
Yeah, more than a million, most
So,
likely.
I think, yeah, and Joe Lewis wants Afghanistan to take China. He wants China to take Afghanistan through the Belt and Road.
Wants Afghanistan to take China.
That's another story.
Yeah, China's gonna deploy peacekeepers to Afghanistan. That's where we're gonna have the ghost of Masood come back to life.
Some of the things the communist regime does actually kind of is really disturbing if you start thinking about it too much.
Yeah. So we won't do that right now.
You sound.
I am unhinged.
Every time you accuse him of something, he just like says, "Yes, I am unhinged. I am chimping out. I am racist."
The first problem.
Yes, maybe you should have asked him if he was a pedophile or something.
Admission is the first step in recovery.
Yeah.
Am I racist?
Just bait him into saying whatever you want him to be.
Gonzig, I can probably smell you from all the way from Florida.
Just bait him into saying. Just bait him into going to
I can
therapy.
smell you for miles, man.
Some people be like, read theory. I say go to therapy.
Yeah, it's a great cure for reading theory.
Read theory.
Sound this
Makes
way,
it very smart.
Oh yeah, then why are you here watching me, supporting me with your views, huh? Why? What difference do you think you're gonna make?
This is fun. That's why I watch it.
This guy is so
How long
pathetic.
does this shitty debate go on for? I don't even remember.
We're at 6 minutes and it ends at like 14 minutes and goes to mine. So
Wait, what's the title of yours, idiot who knows nothing about history?
yes, projection.
Yeah, so let's watch that part after we finish this one.
Yeah.
What difference do you think you're gonna make?
I don't think I'm gonna make a difference.
You mumbling Anglo bitch. So why are you here if you're not gonna make a difference? Why are you spending your time in such a...
Also, I just want to point out the Mongolian flag guy, this guy. Fun fact, Mongolia assisted America in Afghanistan and Iraq. Mongolia is actually pretty pro-US.
Oh,
a
yeah.
global-
But didn't Mongolia host those joint
Yeah, they're
Russian
not.
Chinese?
They're not. This guy's a simp for Mongolia.
Yeah, like, no, here's the thing. Mongolia, they
Okay,
do what they have to
here's
do
a-
that because they're surrounded by Russia and China. But for a nation that's surrounded by Russia and China, they do some incredibly ballsy shit. I'll say that.
I mean, they are, the descendants of Khan.
So as to confirm the fact in your own head, would you confirm that you don't think it's gonna make any difference at all? Why are you here?
Actually,
Dude.
that does kind of sound like a good question, though, Kanzik. Why were you still there? Why did I come on? That's another.
I was kind of curious there. I mean, you weren't really doing the same thing I was doing.
Yeah, I don't know what I was doing.
I was multitasking at the time. I wasn't. Well, for one, I think it's funny.
Oh, it's funny, so it does make a difference. It gives you laughs, so it does make a difference. Let's start from there.
He solved the theory. Me put 2 stones. It makes them laugh.
Apparently, that makes him mad. The fact that I get a laugh out of it. The fact that we're laughing now, reacting to it, even like several months after the fact.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll continue.
You fucking idiot! Learn how to argue, dumb bitch.
Huh? What? What?
It gives you laughs. I don't hear you laughing now. I heard you try to fake laugh. You fucking mumbling, stumbling bitch. Cans cuck, bitch. I shit on your cans cuck.
I shit on your cans cuck.
Fuck your cans cuck. I shit on.
Oh.
I guess it says this guy. I'm surprised this guy hasn't shit all over his pants yet, considering how angry he is.
He
Probably already has.
Yeah.
He quit streaming for 6 hours just because we were annoying him that badly.
There are a lot of out of context clips you should see.
Yeah, like I don't have them. You probably have to go to like Neocon's or Kevin's stream to like find those out of context clips. But they're
I have them all downloaded. I can send you them if you want.
okay, maybe.
You fucking coping bitch. It's nothing but a fucking cope.
He's coping over the Mongol Empire.
Pretty funny.
But I don't hear you laughing.
Oh look! By the way, there's some foreshadowing.
Yeah.
So start fake laughing at least.
Ha ha ha!
Huh?
Yeah.
Does that-
I
does
can
that
sense
come
your
up for you?
shock and I can sense your fear.
You can smell your fear, guys.
That sounded.
Can smell the
Actually, that-
shit I took. Like,
To be fair, that is a pretty big nose. I don't know if it's racist to point out his big nose, but it's a big nose. Big sniffer. We have feedback.
around Haas, never relax. Oh, it's entertaining.
Oh, it is entertaining? You feel entertained, is that it? You feel entertained?
Are you not entertained? I'm entertained. Are you guys entertained?
Everyone in the Hawk Gang was.
Yeah,
People outside of the Hawk Gang were.
everyone was entertained except for Haas.
This guy would be perfect for stand-up comedy or something.
But no, he'd probably get angry at the crowd for laughing at something. Oh, you think this is funny?
Yeah, this guy should be on Bill Maher.
No, this is like way funnier than Jimmy Dore's type of comedy.
Oh yeah, definitely. I've seen Jimmy Dole stand
Yeah,
up.
that guy.
Anyway,
Yeah, he's not funny. He's like
in front of 300 people
whiny,
right now.
whiny little baby.
he says who's a bitch in front of 300 people. Well, we can only see you, Haas, so I guess it's you.
One's in the chat if he's the bitch.
Yep, sure. Yeah.
I'm just gonna assume there's no one because right now I see no one, so we just won't assume there's a one.
If your chat says it, it must be true.
Of course it's true. You're the one who's fucking here. You stumbled into this community, you little bitch.
This wasn't much as us stumbling in though, as it was a invasion. This was like
A raid.
yes, raid.
Yeah, you know, there is a reason he unlisted the actual full stream and only left up this video where he just pwned the neocons in debate
Yeah,
because he looks good.
I'm
He left
surprised
out the whole stream where he's just raging and like absolutely fucking going insane.
Oh yeah, during the end of like the original stream, he literally was watching Kevin's stream and was thinking, "All right, he's on break, so he might let me on now." Except Kevin wasn't even paying attention to him.
Oh, so pathetic.
And I don't see one, not a single two. Not a single two.
Oh, American Madhouse. Henry, right there. Dude seems mentally unstable.
Cairns cock.
Oh, I see it too.
What do you think you're gonna do? You're gonna revive your old empire? Is
You're
that
right
what you
there.
think? Is that what you fucking think? You think that's gonna work out? All of you combined are not gonna be nothing.
They're all combined. They're wealthier than China.
You financier.
They alone are technically wealthier if you do per capita.
Yeah, per capita, of course.
Parasite. You're not going to be the colonist with the big whip anymore, and it's only that big whip that ever fucking got you anywhere, and you don't have that whip no more.
Which whip?
Now watch me whip. Oh, okay, that was bad. I'm not. I'll time myself out for that.
The whip you use to subjugate and enslave the peoples and masses of the world. You don't have that no more. All you have is your stupid fucking islands and a bunch of lazy fucks who don't have any industry, don't have any substantive civilization, don't have any real basis of any real economy.
Isn't Canada technically larger than China in landmass?
Yeah.
Again, but he's just talking gibberish. You don't have any substantive base. What does he mean? These countries are some of the richest in the world.
Hey. No, I guess he thinks that if you're not like a Stalinist era economy, then you're not a substantive economy.
Yes, all industry has to mean heavy, fucking wasteful stuff that we've moved past the need for.
Which whip?
I'm pretty
Which
much
whip?
a free
British
market
Empire.
diehard.
Start with that.
All right, where should we start?
From the founding of the British Empire.
Also, notice that none of these guys seem to complain about the Spanish Empire. Like, well, is the Spanish Empire not good enough for you? They
Dude,
were
racing.
genocide. Yeah.
I'm even more pro free market than MMI, dude. Like,
Okay. Go.
so I'm an extreme capitalist, man. I just love that capital.
Empire to its decline.
All right, sure.
Wait.
You don't have it anymore.
If you want to look at the chat, it looks exactly like you'd think a cult would. Just look.
America took it, and now America's is breaking.
All right, how's it breaking?
How's it breaking? Wake the fuck up, idiot. America already fucking lost.
Lost what?
All right, how's it losing?
Go ask the New York Times and Time Magazine. They're the ones who keep fucking talking about it. Russia just took a shit in your mouth when it invaded Syria, and you couldn't do a fucking thing about it. Want to start there?
That's because Obama was feckless. That's why he got away with it. And also,
He
notice
thinks,
how he just suddenly...
he thinks
goes
we're
back-
trying 100%.
We'll let like 5%. If we... Here's the thing. If we had like jingoist American imperialists, then Russia would be wiped off the map.
Would have been wiped off a while before then. We're with Ukraine, probably.
Yeah, it really would have been... Boy. Yeah, but... Jingoist... Never go jingoist.
Never. Not a good idea.
China is making deals all over the fucking world, and there's nothing you could do about it.
Yeah. And those deals suck. Like,
Yeah.
Did you see the thing when Nigeria literally decided not to pay back their loans? What you built? It's just like what you built port. What are you gonna do? Destroy port? Get out!
Yeah.
Yeah. But see, that's the thing. I fucking love the Nigerians. They just like took the money and then didn't do it.
They just took the money and run. You know.
Yeah.
Just like the Nigerian prince.
Yes.
Yeah. To use this guy's terminology, China got kind of cucked there when you think about it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing though. If you're doing foreign aid, never trust the Nigerians. They know how to. What
China's economy is on track to surpass America's in fucking no time.
Yeah, but that's just nominal GDP. It's like per capita. That's like it's still below Mexico.
Yeah, and they've been predicting that for years as it is, and it still hasn't materialized yet. And it's the remnants of the old planned economy. It's those state-owned enterprises that are holding them back. And like if they got rid of those and just switched to full-blown capitalism, they could blow us out of the water.
But their demographics issue, that's another.
That's the other thing. And that's why a lot of people were predicting Japan would become a big power in the 80s, and it turned out not to be. It's that sort of thing matters.
And the people of the world are getting sick and fucking tired of American military unipolarity, and it's not gonna fucking.
By the way, I don't think we actually did do any unipolarity because every invasion I've looked at, we've had at least some other countries with us. We never unilaterally. And first of all, he mixed unipolarity with unilateralism. We never do unilateral invasions except with like maybe Panama, but to be fair, Panama was helping us invade. So,
This guy's arguing for multipolarity.
I can't think of a situation where we actually did unilaterally invade a country.
I mean, Panama, but that's the only obvious example that comes to mind.
Even then, Panama helped invade Panama.
Yeah.
No, Iraq. No, like 40 other countries joined Iraq. That was not unilaterally.
Well, Iraq 1 or Iraq 2 is the question. But even in the Second War, we had the UK, we had Australia, and we had Poland on our side.
We also had some very strange countries. We had like Kazakhstan, Mongolia, Congo, Azerbaijan, Georgia.
By no means was it only us.
Honestly, that should just be like what we write down in the history book. It should be that time Congo, Kazakhstan, and Armenia invaded Iraq in 2003. Yeah, it was Congo, Kazakhstan,
Obviously, we should have.
Armenia, and like a few other countries.
We should have taken out Saddam in 1991.
Yeah, much agreed there.
Last, America couldn't deal with a virus like fucking COVID when China already fucking handled the whole situation. And while the rest of the world is recovering, America still hasn't.
A virus had already started.
Yeah. They released the virus, and already, I mean, it's like, and then they blocked equipment to like India, and also most countries handled it poorly. Like the reason why China handled it well is because they could just go so super authoritarian on their people.
And like weld them inside their homes and the like. And we all know they're probably lying about their total death toll numbers. They're probably quite a bit higher than what they report.
They also like tied their people up who didn't wear masks to like poles.
Oh yeah, there's all sorts of wacky stories to come out of there.
Like, I mean, it would be wacky if it wasn't also so fucking terrifying.
1 year in, a failed civilization, a dying civilization, which for 4 years had Donald fucking Trump as its president, who took a big shit in the mouth of the deep state that upholds that empire.
Oh my god, he's also a deep.
He's going MAGA here on us, guys.
Trump supporter. Tanky Trump supporter. I didn't think tankies liked billionaires too. Basically.
No, they only like Trump because they think he's incompetent and they'll help accelerate America toward its decline. Like, that's literally it.
And for 4 fucking years, they were humiliated. All those fucking people in the media, all those fucking propagandists of the American empire, humiliated for 4 years!
Yeah, and now
Why is
there's
he
not
so mad?
because you challenged him.
But he's like more
Yeah.
angry than like the
Okay,
fucking
I'll say this though.
Yeah.
dragon.
Yeah, I honestly thought Obama was pretty incompetent. I pretty much thought Obama was pretty incompetent.
That's because he was.
Yeah, that didn't
You
accelerate
ask me
anything.
why America's in decline?
I mean, if global
He's
calendar is your
he's
preferred
more angry here than he was with like any of the big
Okay.
debate me bros he
It was
debated.
a stupid question to ask now, wasn't it? Because you knew what I was talking about.
Well, yeah, but
And even your elites are admitting it, and they're scrambling for solutions. Cope! There is no solution.
No, I mean America has way more vaccines out than the Chinese. do.
Doesn't fucking matter. America's still reeling from this virus.
Also, notice how you like just set that aside. Mass vaccination programs.
No, that really doesn't matter to him. Like it's a major thing, but it doesn't fit his agenda. So he doesn't even try to like deflect. He just straight up just ignores it. It's like, what?
Well, when you
No.
ignore all the points, I guess you do win the debate. Is that how it works?
Yes, debating in this guy's mind is whoever can shout the loudest and throw the biggest shit fit.
And in that case, the biggest winner of the debate is always Italian politicians and Turkish people.
Yeah.
Oh, Hawes versus a Turk. I need to see that because
That would be
Doesn't
epic.
matter how many fucking vaccines they have. China recovered, America didn't. China opened up before anybody else in the world.
actually, fun fact, because the fact that China's vaccinating so slowly, they can't actually open up the global economy as soon as other countries can. So it won't get that post
Yeah,
COVID
at
boost
least the
like
United States did it within a year, which was good.
Yeah. Like, we're getting 70% by July 4th. China's not going to be anywhere near that for a long time.
Okay.
Okay,
So?
and that's not significant? That's not significant to you, Cans Cuck? British imperialist, reasonable Cans Cuck? It's not significant to you?
No, not really.
No, not really. No, but you're just here to talk shit, standing on nothing, on thin air. You have nothing to support yourself. So you are nothing. You are nothing.
Oh, I got craft dinner here. It's pretty good.
Your whole identity, your whole persona, everything you rep and stand.
That was just epic. Like, no, I got crap dinner. I was like, no, my favorite thing, that kind of reminds me, though, of when, like, China, the Chinese and American ambassadors met in Alaska, and the Americans just gave them ramen noodles.
Oh god.
I think Hawes should debate Alex R.
Oh. What would they debate about? Who could be more unhinged?
Turkey.
By the way, outdated comment right there. Only 7% vaccinated. Yeah, try 40%, bitch.
Have you ever tried putting Smokies on craft dinner?
And you're
It's a bit
coping
way
now
better.
because you just got fucked up.
You ever put Smokies on craft dinner? I guess that's the new coping.
You just got fucking skull fucked. And you're gonna dream about me. And you're gonna think about me when you go to sleep. And you're gonna think about me in the middle of your day. You're gonna think about how I dominated you.
I've only had one dream when Hawes was in it, and that was the weird ass dream. Mind, do not smoke before dream.
This is projection.
Hey, Grayson, you gonna watch the whole video?
We're only going to go for like the first two debates. We're going to finish the Kanzak debate and then go to mine, and then we'll close out.
Yeah, this is projection. He sent his entire army to attack me on Twitter.
Yeah.
And
they lost.
Yeah, his guerrilla army.
No, he tried. like they eventually found out that my whole like shtick was to get him to like say a bunch of stupid shit and to waste his time, and they demanded I apologize to him.
Why?
Because I owe him an apology for wasting his time, I guess.
He could have just not invite you, but
Also, I baited him into saying a bunch of stupid shit, and instead of just saying some stupid shit, he decided to like
double down.
quintuple down by spamming me and getting a bunch of other people to spam me.
And his account got banned, right?
No,
Yeah.
He created like 6 other stock accounts. Like earlier in the same stream, he complained about his other fans, just not supporting him.
Yeah.
And he slipped up, proving that some of the socks were his own.
Yeah, his main account got banned because apparently when he was on a DM with Kevin, he basically threatened to find where he lives, and Twitter does have standards.
Of course.
Hey guys, why do you think I tried? Why do you think you want to get rid of my traces?
Failure you have in life, remember it was me. When that girl rejects you, it was because of me. I took your manhood from you.
What?
Yeah. No.
Oh, this guy seems to think he can just steal
Took your manhood, man.
Again, so much of this is projection. What's the bet this guy's wife or girlfriend cheated on him, and that's why he keeps calling everyone cucks?
I mean, he has to steal it because he doesn't have any of his own. He doesn't have any substantive base, I guess you could say.
I like how he calls us cocksuckles after he literally deep throats the mic.
He's a fellow cuckler.
Yeah.
I know you're gonna think it. I traumatized you. Every shortcoming you ever feel as a man is because of me tonight.
Oh, so I guess if he traumatized you, this must be therapy or something. So, Kansas, how did
We're watching. We're
traumatize you?
very traumatized, dude. It's like we're streaming. We're talking about him over and over again.
Yeah,
Also,
I'm very traumatized. I laugh about it every time I hear about it, and it's very, very funny.
Because you couldn't hold your own in public in the view of 3.
And he goes on to like fucking Destiny's show to talk about his Twitter ban, but deep down, he's saying, "Oh, it's one less platform to deal with, so it's kind of cool." But deep down, he's thinking, "Fuck Cans Cook."
Does he actually mention why he got banned because of he threatened?
I doubt he did.
Yeah, leave that part out.
If he mentioned why he got banned, like,
People
it would not look good.
Yeah, I just threatened this guy. I threatened to come to his house.
And girls don't look your way anymore. It's because I took your charm from you. I took your masculine energy from you, and I made you a bitch.
What? What? That makes no sense.
I don't think there are any girls watching this particular stream.
Maybe his door got a Y.
Okay. Any last words, bitch?
Yeah. Here's what's gonna happen. Hawes is gonna respond to this video.
I hope he does. I hope he responds. I hope he challenges you to a debate because that would be awesome. The symbol of Western imperialism.
No, he created a protocol specifically because of people like us.
Yeah, this was just a fun night in general.
Got a couple questions.
What's your question?
No, 2 questions.
Okay, let's hear it.
Okay, first of all, are Americans pirates?
What was that pause of silence? It's just like, I'm thinking. I don't think this guy passed law school.
American pirates.
He's trying to drop out. He's like trying to get support from his community. He put out a poll and everything. Like, should I drop out of law school? Well, in your debates with Dylan Burns, you said that Americans are like a bunch of pirates.
Yeah, I compared the nature of American intervention in other countries compared to countries like China. The way America does it is fucking ad hoc from nowhere without proper context, without civilizational mutual interaction, mutual history, and mutual dialogue. America are the equivalent of fucking pirates.
Why does that matter though? Like if someone's doing a genocide against his own people, I'm not going to be like, okay, do we have mutual relations with this guy? It's like, no, bombs away. Bottoms up.
Who come out of nowhere and just steal your shit. That was the context of what I said. Next question.
Shiver me timbers. My second question would be, what's law school like?
What's law school like? I can't keep track because my cock is always in your fucking mother's mouth and she won't. Goodbye, bitch.
Okay. You made a your mom joke.
Yeah, like he doesn't like law school. Like he has a lot of issues with lawyers.
And people act like this like he does your. I know people do your mom jokes, and because we're idiot teenagers, like those jokes have nothing on me. My friend does it all the time. It's just like, yeah, I know where you live. I've been there to see your mom. But it's like those are just dumb jokes. They don't actually mean anything. But
Yeah, exactly.
oh, we're off to do my
fun fact: he perma-banned me from his Discord after that.
But we'll have to do
none of the other Hawks got, as far as I know, got perma-banned.
I left because I wasn't going to deal with it after that.
Oh, so you didn't get perma-banned after your I was the only one who got perma-banned.
Yeah, I left because I'm not dealing with this shit after this.
Yeah.
I guess he just hated my guts that much that he just permanently banned me because I could not rejoin.
Okay. Well, it's now time for my stream. And, and I will say this. Not like that. Admittedly, this is not my shiniest moment because, well, it's never his time.
You should have trolled him.
Yeah. I didn't. I should have just trolled him, but I decided to actually try and engage, thinking it would work, but it's still pretty funny.
Cocksucker, what do you want?
What an opening.
Right off the bat.
Yep.
Speak, you bitch.
Is this the show where someone goes through his insanity?
What do you want, cocksucker? What the fuck do you want?
I just want to know why you're such an idiot. I mean, you claim you like the Mongols, yet they only... Yeah, that's how I started off. That's literally how I'm just like, so why are you an idiot?
Well, he called you a cocksucker right off the bat. I think that was a fair response.
Yeah. Anyway, that basically gives you an idea on how it was after 100 years. I mean,
the consequences they had for world civilization was irreversible and changed the fucking face of the earth.
See, this is why I should have realized. I should have dropped out then, but apparently I kept going because I guess I was drunk that day or something.
Must have been.
I think I
watched Bill Maher?
No, but I think what happened was I actually think I was out at like the pub before this debate, and so because I don't actually remember half of this, surprisingly. Like I was rewatching it, I was like, wait, when did that happen? So I literally came onto this thing drunk, just as a woman.
Centuries, and literally every substantive world civilization was created after the Mongols, from the Safavids to the Mongols to the Russians to the Ottomans to the Yuan dynasty in China, and literally every fucking major civilization on Earth inherited the Mongol legacy. But really, after 100 years, why are you such an idiot? Why are you such an idiot? I'm a history.
I'm a What the fuck is he doing?
Yeah, I do remember this part, and I do remember. I just remember that. I'm just like, okay, when is this asshole going to shut up already? Just like,
He does like silly noises like
yeah, like the voices I do, it's more of a more of like a joke voice, like off the top of my head, it's like, yes,
Yeah, but
the
he's
people
actually
of America, Iran. Like, well, I was just gonna say that you can't apparently seem to handle a proper discussion.
A proper discussion where I already fucked you when you brought up the Mongols when you lasted 100 years and you don't know shit about history and I already proved that?
Yeah, see, that's the thing. He pretty much, I'm pretty much like, yeah, the Mongols lasted 100 years. Their contributions to civilization wasn't as much as you claim they are, and he's just like,
Oh shit, I totally forgot. Pierre Trudank, the tanky YouTuber, was in the chat of this stream.
Wait, what?
He was, and he was pointing out that like the Mongols were not like these epic people that Hawes was making them out to be. Look,
So
look.
even
Yeah,
Pierre
look
Trudank.
right there. In the freeze frame. At Comrade Pierre Trudank. I've forgotten how angry streamers can be.
Oh my.
Pierre
Even-
Trudank was in the chat that night.
yeah. So even
And
here
Pierre
today, the
Trudank-
most pause.
Apparently can't thinks Halls is an idiot. Yeah, the Mongols lasted 100
Even
years.
here
Rome-
today corrects
all
him.
the Mongols, Rome.
Fine by the Mongols, but the point is, the whole fucking point of the Mongols is the consequence of their conquest and the Khanate. The whole fucking point of the Mongols is the fucking significance they had for civilization. No one was.
Oh wait, Khanate was actually Persian, not Mongol, but that's semantics. Especially towards the end, like Timurid Empire, Khanate, Mughals, they were all mostly like Persian.
Yeah, and like they were established by the Mongols, but the latter got assimilated into the empire, not the other way around.
Yeah, so it's kind of the Mongol
Honestly,
is kind of just
this guy's a
because they got
grifter.
Fucking saying.
no Rome existed before the Mongols. If you
So
knew
what?
history,
So what? Rome
they had
itself.
minimal conquest.
Okay, and guess what? You want to know who conquered Rome? You want to know who conquered?
And this is when we're going to get into from. First of all, technically the Gauls conquered Rome, but
Well, no, it was Germanic tribes in the 5th century, and it was the Ottomans in the Eastern Roman Empire. If you want to take it that late.
I mentioned the Ottomans, and you won't believe what he's going to say.
The Roman fucking Empire? Do I have to fill in the blanks for you?
It wasn't the Mongols.
Yes, it was. It was a vassal of the fucking Mongols. They were created by the Mongols.
By the way, fun fact, you know the Ottomans, how they got started? They got started in a part of Turkey that wasn't conquered by the Mongols, and they were part of like they were like several kingdoms that were like not conquered by the Mongols, and the Ottomans was one of them.
Yeah, I mean, like the one point you could make is that the Mongol rule decimated so many of the others, and the power vacuum enabled the Ottomans to emerge. But that's an indirect connection, not a direct one, like he's trying to point out.
Like the Mongols had a lot of indirect influence on the war. That's unquestionable, but direct influence, which I probably should have clarified during this debate, but you know, drunk.
Yeah.
Was the Oghuz Turks. The Oghuz Turks! The Ottomans came from the Oghuz Turks.
Also, they came from the Seljuks, but again,
yeah,
I don't came from the who, by the way, were in Anatolia like 200 years before the Mongols even got there.
Yeah, no, they were the real predecessors.
Yeah.
And
Who were a vassal of the fucking Mongols.
By the time the Ottomans come to existence, the Mongols have been long gone.
Okay, but they were the consequence of their legacy.
Indirectly, so what's the point? It's like, yeah. Many things were indirect. Butterfly effects, it's like It's like the butterfly. Like I'm trying to think of like a major example of the butterfly effect. It's like saying that I guess you could say the driver taking the wrong turn that started World War One. It's like the driver didn't start World War One, but his actions did.
Yeah, a lot of other factors, but just like that was the immediate trigger.
Yeah, that's not even accurate for the Mongols though, because they were not the immediate trigger.
Yeah. No, they were long gone by the time the Turks actually conquered Constantinople.
You fucking idiot!
The Turkic Empire existed before the Mongol Empire. I still don't see where.
And they all originated from the same fucking place in the steppes of Central Asia.
By the way, steppes of Central Asia, that's not Mongolia. That was
no, like there was also a clear difference between Mongolian and Turkic tribes.
Like Uzbeks and like.
No.
Like here's the thing. If you have to think about it, that's actually kind of racist because he just thinks steppe people and think, oh, Mongols.
Yeah, they're all just the same, and like no, we're talking very specifically about the 13th century Mongol
This guy
Empire.
is just anti-white.
He's anti-white, but he also seems to not regard any culture other than major ones really necessary. It's just like he does this here, like Uzbek culture. Well, that's and Persian culture. That's just
He's got a hard on for the Mongols for some reason.
Yeah, well, genocidal empire seems to fit the bill with the Soviets.
Yeah, well, why not go further back?
Yeah, in fact, why don't we just go back to all the way to like the Persian Empire? Persia wasn't really genocidal.
Grayson,
but
he's just mad. Hey, Grayson, he's just mad that the white man did everything.
And he's looking for examples of non-white empires also being genocidal and monstrous.
Even though here's the thing, I literally do give examples of other empires, not even non-white empires later on, and I won't spoil the results.
So what the fuck is your point, you dumb shit?
That doesn't mean jack, though, because...
That doesn't mean jack! The Mongol Empire split into 4 fucking different khanates, you dumb fucking cocksucker idiot bitch! It only lasted for 100 years, so you stupid fuck, the Roman Empire only lasted for a few fucking 100 years before it split.
First of all, a few hundred years is still longer than 100 years, but it gets even dumber.
Split too, dumbass.
Well, after 1,000 years.
No, it didn't! No, it didn't! The Empire!
Tell us how mad he got there, too.
Yeah! Oh, God, that's like the perfect screenshot right there.
It looks like he's about to, like, eat the chat. It's like, here comes the airplane hauls, a bunch of idiots in the chat.
Yeah.
Empire didn't! Get your fucking history right, dumb bitch!
Roman Empire officially came to prominence in around 300 BC.
No, it didn't! No, it fucking didn't! That was the...
Yes, because it was like... Yes, because they were clearly so different from each other. Like,
yeah, it started out small, then grew. Or it grew slowly over time. And if he's thinking about when it was at the height of its power, let's say from like 2nd century BC to 5th century AD, that's still several hundred years longer than the Mongol Empire lasted.
Like, here's the thing. He's going to, like, talk about how the Republic and the Empire wasn't the same. Like, the Republic and the Empire were practically... The only major difference between the two was that one had the Emperor and one had a series of emergency dictators.
Yeah, and like if we're talking about empire in the more abstract sense of expansion and conquest, then yeah, they both did that. They both were great powers.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. The European did have imperialism, but guess what? They were good at it.
They were the best at it.
And also, here's the thing. It's like, shit, if you want to divide Roman the empire, you can, but you also would have to distinguish the Khanate from Mongolia because those were far two different systems, especially towards the end of the Khanate. Like the end was practically unrecognizable from its
Oh
Mongol.
yeah, absolutely.
You fucking illiterate bitch!
Projection. It's the same concept.
No, it's not the same thing, you dumb cocksucker! Roman Republic and Empire are two different phases of history.
They kept two different. So I guess an empire can't go through two different phases.
No, we're talking about empire and conquest, as I mentioned, in the broader sense, not just specifically a state that's referred to as by historians as an empire.
Oh, but don't go definitions on Halls because this guy has a thing against.
That's
Definition mongering. That's the term he uses.
Same institution.
It was the same institution. No, it wasn't. The Empire added a new institution of Emperor, which didn't exist before.
So, okay, I'm trying to figure this out. He pretty much thinks that since they added one new institution that changed everything, it's like, so did France just not exist until 1964 because they didn't?
Because their constitution before that was different.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, there was New France in the 1500s.
I guess Germany didn't exist until 1991. I guess Hungary didn't exist until 1990.
I guess Russia didn't exist before 1991.
Yeah, Turkey doesn't exist.
I bet you York didn't even exist till 1792.
York?
Yeah. York.
You stupid fucking cocksucker.
Actually, it did because when the officially
No, it had the dictator. It had the dictator. It didn't fucking have the emperor. It didn't have the Caesar. It did not have the fucking Caesar.
Yeah, and I guess France in 1791 didn't have the president, so I guess.
Yeah, I guess it's not the same place.
Okay, let me explain. By the way, you notice how a political difference apparently can separate two kingdoms, but an entire cultural shift apparently it's the same thing. Like,
yeah, that's. Nobody tell that to him. He just scream louder.
Yeah, probably wake up. At this point, I bet his landlord is just waiting for that day his lease is up. Like,
I bet his neighbors are looking forward to that too. What time of night is that there anyway?
I don't know. I think it was like, I don't know what time I was on. I think it was like 11 p.m. Poor neighbors.
Those poor people.
They will not get sleep anytime soon.
Oh man.
Actually,
Hey Grayson, I am pretty old school.
Actually, I think in like the Dylan Burns channel, the debate, he's just yelling, "Dumbass, you don't know." I think he's actually yelling at one of his neighbors who like screamed from the other side to shut up. It was like 2 a.m. where he was, so the neighbors are like pissed too.
Stupid cocksucker thinks that the Roman Republic and the Empire are the same thing, but as a matter of fact, they're different.
Oh my!
Oh my god!
Yeah, that's pretty. This guy here, that's pretty accurate. The 4 different khanates were like completely culturally different from the Mongols, but a single political difference doesn't just be like, oh, new country.
This guy's a communist, and this guy simps for the Mongols. Oh my god.
Oh god. And it's so ironic because he hates Western imperialism so much, but there's actually a theory that the Mongols enabled indirectly the rise of the West by devastating the Islamic world as much as they did.
Yeah. Well, except the Mamelukes who managed to but all the still trickled over the Mamelukes.
But yeah, no, it's like destroying Baghdad and destroying the caliphate and the like. And the Muslim world as a political power never recovered from that. And that left the way open for Western Europe to start emerging. And so I just think that's ironic given how much this guy hates European imperialism and dominance. His Mongols were in part responsible for that.
Yeah, anyway,
Yeah, maybe
it
you
was
should
all...
read a history book.
I wouldn't.
No, history books are written by imperialists.
I'm sure that's what he say.
It's funny how like so many history books were actually like criticized. Like I've read history books that like have criticized imperialism, yet they act like, oh, they just teach that it was good. It's like, what history books were you reading? It's like, just like the meme is just like, oh my god, they never taught us this in class. I'm just like, bitch, what class were you taking? They taught this in excruciating detail.
Oh man.
Okay, so this is apparently how you think you can.
How it depends how you make it, but I fucked you on every substantive point so far.
Also, I just like this guy. Rome never fell. It transformed into Romania. Like, that's a little inaccurate there, buddy, but you know.
You do you.
Yeah, you do you. He's probably a Romanian.
You have any new ones?
You did not fuck me on anything.
Yes, I did. I fucked you so hard up your skull. I fucked your skull so hard. You literally.
Well, he was giving. Well, my head was hurting after that debate, so I guess he did because.
Yeah, not for the reasons he thinks.
Yeah, not for the reason.
Stupid bitch thought the Roman Republic and the Empire were the same thing, and moreover, reduced the entire significance of the Mongol Empire and civilization to 100 years.
Yeah, it was indirect. Like,
yeah, they didn't have much direct impact.
I feel like we're just repeating the same talking points because he's repeating the same talking points.
Yeah, he repeats himself a lot, I've noticed.
Yeah.
What a fucking idiot!
Yeah. I thought you were.
Low.
You could remove the Mongol Empire from existence.
The Mongol conquests created the matrices of this big world empire civilizations that would later arise out of it. That conquest is what created those fucking. Yes, it fucking did.
Yeah, you can tell I'm drunk. By the way, I just said no, they didn't. I'm just like, no, they didn't.
R.I.P. headphone users with this guy.
Yeah. Actually, I don't know if I got a headache from the booze or the yelling, but I think the two going together would just.
Yeah, the perfect storm.
Actually, Grayson, we should have Hans versus Comrade Pure Dank.
I don't know. It'd probably just be very bored. But it probably just thinks Pierre Trudank is some bread tuber where Pierre Trudank would think he's some fascist. It'd be pretty bold. I already know how that debate goes, and world conquest attempts have happened thousands of times for the Mongols.
Oh, when? Like what? Like what?
He doesn't think any other empire tried world conquest before the Mongols.
Oh man!
Like what?
The Achaemenid Empire, and
it got nowhere near like the Mongol level. No.
Oh yeah, I guess since it was the biggest one, that's the only thing that's important apparently.
Yeah, it still lasted twice as long as the Mongols.
Yeah. The Achaemenids were actually pretty large, given the fact that that was pretty much what was known for the time. They pretty much conquered every known piece of territory.
Oh yeah, the vast majority of the world that was known at that time.
Like, the only reason they failed was because they couldn't get Greece. Like,
yeah, and like there were again underlying structural reasons that made them vulnerable to invasion.
Nowhere near.
Actually, the Umayyad
Let's have tankies versus tankies.
The Mongol Empire, but since you
Which
don't
one?
know the history of the Umayyad,
Which one?
The Umayyad Caliphate. Yeah, the Umayyad Caliphate. It was pretty big. It wasn't actually as big as the Mongols, but it was roughly the same size. Well, not roughly. It was.
Yeah,
Hey guys, let's have tankies versus tankies.
Okay.
Umayyad.
Okay, what's your point? What's your point? The Umayyads were all of North Africa too.
What? Well, I'm still trying to figure out what he meant by that. They were like all of North Africa. It's like they conquered North Africa. What is he trying to say? Oh, I guess you're not an empire if you can't conquer.
They literally burned books. They burned Baghdad, dude.
I'm still trying to figure out what the Umayyads conquered North Africa, so they don't count.
Yeah, I really don't understand his point there.
Yeah. Well, I guess he wins.
Get this guy on Jimmy Dore's show, and they'll agree with everything.
Yeah.
The whole Mongol Empire stops at the fucking the battle with the Mamluk Egyptians. That's how fucking westward it's able to go. It goes all the way to the east coast of China. From then and there.
Yeah, and it lasted 100 years. Actually, during the Battle of the Mamelukes, they were still fighting the Chinese.
Yeah, no, it took several decades to conquer China, and even after that, like once they took the whole country, it lasted less than 100 years.
Yeah, because they tried to invade Vietnam
and failed. Where have we seen that before?
Everywhere. They also tried to invade Japan and failed. They tried to invade Poland and failed.
Tried to invade Hungary the second time and failed.
They tried to invade India and failed.
Ironically enough, they were one of the few empires to successfully conquer Afghanistan, but again, for only a few decades.
Well, actually, I think Alexander the Great did conquer Afghanistan.
But again, ephemerally, and they weren't able to hold on to it for much longer after that.
Yeah, and also it's like probably far different from today's Afghanistan.
Very much so.
And India too.
They never conquered India. India defeated the Mongols.
The fucking descendants of the Mongols, the Timurids, fucking conquered India.
Okay, so basically, this is when I actually do get like a big brain fart. You'll see, but the real history was the Timurids were descended from the Mongols, as like fucking everyone was at the time, because Genghis Khan spread his seed. But that also means nothing because.
And it was like more of a symbolic gesture. Like they weren't even Mongols. I think they were like Uzbeks or something.
They were like I think they were like ethnic Uzbeks, and then the Mughals, like the first few were Uzbeks, and then the rest were like Indians. Oh well.
Yeah, no, they were Persian by culture. The Mughals were.
Tamerlane conquered India. He was a fucking descendant of the.
Also, he only conquered a part of India briefly.
Yeah, that too.
Mongols. He considered himself the reincarnation. He considered himself the reincarnation of fucking Genghis Khan. You stupid cocksucker.
Yeah, the first one considers himself. Then no one else really did anything about it.
Yeah, he considered himself the reincarnation of Genghis Khan. Okay, so if I declare myself to be that, is it significant at all?
Well, technically, let's consider this.
Hey, Grayson, does he ever talk about Mongolia's failures?
I don't know, but think about this: during the what was that? I can't think of the rebellion's name off the top of my head, but there was essentially a Chinese guy who claimed he was the reincarnation of Jesus Christ. So.
Hong Xiuqian, he's the guy with the Taiping Rebellion.
Yeah, Taiping. Yeah, it's like, so just because you claim to be a descendant from someone, that doesn't matter. So would he argue that? So this just sounds like Christianity had more of an effect on the world than the Mongols.
Okay.
Yeah.
One question. One question. Has anybody heard of Scott Horton?
No.
You, Kanzik?
No. I just got silenced on Twitter for 12 hours for saying mean things.
Rip.
Naughty, naughty. What did you say?
Uh-huh.
I don't know, I don't know, Grayson, you remember that, unironic National Socialist guy?
Oh, yeah. Did
Well,
he actually?
I
Oh, I
quote tweeted him saying, internet debates are gay, and if you put value in them, you should end your fucking life. And that's the tweet that got me silenced. I was forced to delete it, and I'm locked out of my account for 12 hours.
Rip. He got nowhere near conquering India. The Mughal Caliphate defeated the Timurid Empire and led to its collapse. So I don't see how long did I debate this guy? Because it looks like we still have like 10, 14 minutes. How long did I debate?
How long has it been? Like 10 minutes?
It's been about
6, 5?
Yeah, I was there for like 15 minutes. What was I thinking?
All right, let's finish the job.
Yeah. So they defeated.
Who sacked Delhi? Who led to the sacking of Delhi and initiated the process that would do the fucking Mughal and the first move?
It was the Persians. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Persians who, by that point, pretty much as a claim to the Mongol Empire, were like, nah. Oh, but you can't consider, except you can't consider Rome, the New Republican Roman Empire, the same thing. But yeah, the Salafid Empire and the Mongol Empire, Mughal Empire, Timurid Empire, all the same thing, really.
Really are, yeah.
Mughal guy, what's his name?
He's
the fucking grandson of Timur, or the son. I don't fucking remember.
But wait, he was a descendant of Timurid, and this is when I get really stupid because I'm like, no, he wasn't. When he was, but yeah, again, that doesn't matter because
I saw Net 7 in the group chat. Never saw from him before.
I'm trying to think. It's like, yeah, but it's like kind of saying that just because he was distantly related to the Mongols. It's like, you know how many Europeans are descendant of Charlemagne?
Yeah, no, like if you're playing the Descent game, that can go all sorts of bizarre places.
I mean, technically, we all have one common ancestor anyway.
Really do, yeah.
Because think about it, if you go back long enough, you eventually have more ancestors than there were people at that time. So.
True.
So yeah, no.
Yeah, so no, this is a weird, ridiculous game he's playing.
Yeah.
Fucking dumbass.
He was an Arab. He was a Mongol. He was
a Persian. I can't believe, it won't let me play. What?
Yeah, I checked out his stream.
Okay, what just happened? I don't know what happened there. YouTube didn't want me to play it for some reason.
That's what they had. That's what they had to offer.
It was too cringe.
So that basically insinuates they were important, which they are not.
No, wait. They were important. It doesn't mean that they defined every aspect of Turkish culture. I said it was a syncretism, you fuck.
Okay, so I'm just going to jump in right here because I don't know where I was, so we're just jumping in here. It seems accurate to where we were. But
idiot, and I didn't even say onto which degree. But forgetting culture aside, in terms of the civilizational foundation of the Ottoman Empire, yes, it owes its inheritance ultimately to the Mongols.
Again, the dumb argument though, because I guess the Mongols all there. Actually, I do mention that.
Well, by that logic, the Mongols ultimately owe their allegiance to Han China. So if we're going back in time,
no, you fucking idiot! This is the difference. Here's the difference.
Okay, so I literally make that point, and I guess this is what I wonder what his argument is, because it can't be that good.
Yeah, let's hear it.
you dumb cocksucker. Han China, as well as the Persians and the Arabs, at that time at least, as well as a bunch of others, including India at some point later in the future, were all sedentary civilizations. The Mongols were nomads, okay? So the syncretism happened at that level, but the only thing that united all of them were the Mongols.
So that doesn't answer anything. He didn't. That doesn't. But do the Mongols owe their empire to the Han because they were ultimately what led to the situation that created the Mongols? Then he doesn't answer it. Have you noticed?
Yeah, I noticed.
So
Hey,
I don't know
Kansas.
why.
Here's my
What?
advice. You probably after this stream, you probably should get some sleep.
You're
We'll
probably
go to bed
right.
now if you want to. I mean, I'm not going to
Yeah.
force you to stay here.
You're right. I should probably head
Yeah,
out.
go to bed, Kenzik. See ya.
All right.
You
I'll
don't
see
have
you
to.
guys.
I'm just saying that you can.
I'll see you guys. I'm gonna
Alright.
go to bed. See ya.
Trying to help you, but trying to help you, buddy.
Yeah, I might only have to. Might only be able to stay here a bit longer because I gotta walk my dog.
Yeah, I'm probably going. I'm going to end this like soon.
Let's end
Yeah.
this. Let's finish the job.
The Mongols laid the foundation. The Mongols laid the foundation for world historical, expansionistic world empires.
Because there were no as opposed to non-expansionist empires.
What? Which empire ever was not expansionist? Isn't that the historical definition of what it means to be an empire?
It's like, oh yes, It's like, yes, there was no. It's like, give me an example of an empire that didn't want to expand.
Oh man.
That all had in common this Mongol lineage. All had in common this Mongol lineage.
There were always the desire to expand world empires. Alexander the Great, for instance, conquered the non-civilized
But
world.
the Mongol kind was different because the Mongol kind, for the first time, placed in direct unity civilizations that were not before in as much as direct proximity or contact.
By the way, the Achaemenids did that with the Indians and the Greeks, but
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. With the Achaemenids and with Alexander and with arguably with the Romans, bringing cultures as diverse as Syria and Britain in the same sphere. Like, what's this guy on about?
the Silk Road existed before the Mongols. It's like
Yeah, really
Rome
did.
and China had relations. It was just at this certain time that the reason why the main importance for the Mongols was just because they provided a somewhat stable for the new Silk Road. And again, that lasted a little bit, but then Europeans found trade routes to like the Americas and like.
Yeah, and like they looked for those new trade routes in response to the fact that Turks had conquered Constantinople, so they also cut off that whole route.
So
the Silk Road was a level of unprecedented world interconnectedness without
which existed before the Mongols.
Which goes back to like the 2nd century BC. I mean,
Rome and China had relations. We know this, so it's like
there was an ambassador and everything.
be no Europe.
Yeah, but then they what do they mean that be no Europe? Europe existed before the Silk Road.
Well, no, I think it's what I mentioned. The Mongols so devastated all potential rivals to the west that enabled Europe to rise to prominence.
I guess. I mean,
which means he should probably hate the Mongols, as I mentioned.
Yeah, but the trade routes.
We know what happened after
the Mongols were imperialists.
He doesn't seem to know what happened.
Decisive moment was before. The decisive moment was before.
But most of their discoveries have been made irrelevant by new discoveries.
Oh, but you think they're irrelevant, yet China's on the rise now. Russia's was on the rise. The Soviet Union happened.
Oh, Since when
Okay.
has Russia been on the rise economically? They're literally
Okay.
they're a second-rate power. They're in decline. Like this expansion to Ukraine is in response to that. It's a last gasp sort of move.
Here's what Russia's called. Yeah, it's the wounded beast.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, when has Russia... Like, Russia was never really a rising power. It sort of this... It was, the rise sort of happened as this... It was more of this weird thing that happened during World War II, and then that's when they peaked, and then they just fell. They spent the last... Most of the Cold War was just them falling.
Yeah, it's like, it's weird. He points to the fact that the Soviet Union was a thing to bolster his argument. Bruh, you're like 30 years too late as of this year.
It was like, it was a thing, so...
Yeah, yes. There was one point when it challenged the West, and like 60 years ago. It's like, no.
And you Anglo retards keep denying there's a lasting legacy and significance of the Mongols when it's right in front of your fucking face. It's here now.
Hungarian, so first get me right. But first of all, China is not going to last much longer. They'll experience unsustainable economic growth.
Oh, but you've been saying that for decades. You've been predicting the collapse of China for decades, and it hasn't come.
I don't know if decades is a little disingenuous, because decades ago, China couldn't collapse. They were too poor to.
Yeah, decades ago, people were predicting China's rise. Nowadays, it's different.
No, decades ago, people were predicting Japan was going to be the great power. Like,
And
no one
look
was
how that
predicting-
turned out.
No one was predicting Japan was going to fall until like a few years.
Yeah, a few years beforehand, and like
When
again,
was like? Actually, when was the first projection that China was going to collapse and came from? Because it was probably fairly recently.
yeah, well, I'll have to look that up. I don't think it's something people have been saying for a long time. The general attitude towards China is that it's a rising power, that it's challenging the West. But as you mentioned, current demographic trends don't really point in that direction.
Also, yeah, there were probably a few economists who said that, but that doesn't mean anything. It's just a few economists.
Yeah, it's just a few people.
Yeah, it's like it's becoming more. There's an increasing number of them who are predicting it now. So, and also I bring up some stuff, and he's literally just going to deny it.
Have to come now, Heaven.
They experience unpredictable growth, which you seem to
Unpredictable
deny.
growth? Oh, just like infrared, right? You guys say the same shit you do about China that you do about infrared.
Oh God, he really overestimates the relevance of his channel.
By the way, this guy has 3,000 subscribers, which isn't. I won't say that's too shabby, especially given it's 10 times bigger than me. But here's the thing: he's been on Dylan Burns, he's been on Vosh. He chases the clout.
He's a grifter.
And also, here's the thing: he has 12 other people on his show too, so you kind of have to divide the number. So he has more like
12 hosts. That's way too many.
Yeah, so it's probably more. So if we have to evenly distribute it too, because communism probably has like 280 something.
Yeah. No, as far as big YouTube stars go, he is emphatically not one of them.
Yeah.
And I say to believe what you mumbling, stumbling, babbling bitch has to say, as opposed to the Chinese Communist Party.
I think I'm more trustworthy than CCP.
Yeah, I agree. I
mean, I don't like to toot my own home, but like, and here's the thing: I technically, I have read
whatever the other guy, the guy in the middle. Yeah, I mean, did you ever used to be on the left before?
Was I? Not really. No.
I was just gonna say, that's the thing. When it comes to Chinese media, this is gonna be off topic, but I do read the South China. I've read the South China Morning Post. I think it's what it's called. It was like Zach Ma's newspaper before it got raided by communists, and now it's becoming less reliable. But it was like basically the freest form of media you could get in China. I mean, and they were writing about these issues, so it's like,
Yeah, it's very real. It's not just a bunch of hopeful Westerners.
in fact, even Ding himself, when he literally warned in the 80s that the Asia century might not happen. So this isn't just Western imperialists; these are Chinese, high-level Chinese officials who are saying this.
Oh man, so yeah, somebody needs to tell this guy about them.
Yeah, I didn't because by this point I'm just done.
Yeah, just too
Yes,
drunk.
Smarter.
All he does is
Damn.
make silly
Already
noises.
on the verge of
noises.
So what? He'll deal with it. China will deal with its problems.
They're doing a pretty shit job at it.
They're gonna
Yeah,
deal with
Grayson,
it, bro.
the
Trust
second-
me.
Trust the plan,
Yeah.
bro. It's QAnon 2.0.
Yeah, trust the plan, bro. Yeah, so Grayson, yeah, the second you stutter, he literally starts making a mockery out of you, like making stupid noises.
Yeah, because I do have a stutter. It's like,
Yeah,
You
that's
were-
just a
and he kind
weak
of, like-
thing on his part. He's just, yeah, that shows how empty his whole performance is.
yeah, it's like, it's like, you stutter, like, I'm trying to think of, does
Even
a
I
stutter
stutter.
even matter to most people, most normal people?
Yeah.
Like, like,
Like, yeah, like, that's gotta be the stupidest thing. Yeah, even I stutter.
I mean, like, most people will stutter. Some people do it more than often, but also
Everybody
some of it is
stutters.
some of it, and again, it's mostly controllable. It's like even confident people will stutter. Like that's just,
Yeah, just this guy takes advantage of it is the thing. So he's
especially when someone yells at you, you are probably going to stutter a little.
and that's this guy's whole argument style. He yells, and when people are like, he takes advantage of that and makes him feel much bigger than he is.
God, this guy forces you to stutter. He mocks you for it.
Yeah. No, it's I still find it funny in the Dylan Burns debate where you literally screamed at Dylan because he's like, "You're giving me all
Oh.
this evidence I can't debunk." Just like, and then that's what you're supposed to do.
That's why you're on here, bud.
That Dylan Burns debate, by the way, everyone should go watch it if you're watching because that's a great. Because there's just one scene where like Sansol, who is supposed to be the moderator, but you can't moderate this guy.
Yeah, you really can't.
It's just like mocking him, like, "Yes, I deep throat the mic. I'm a strong man."
Oh. Yeah.
Will kill tens of millions
Fuck
of
the
people,
international
and
courts.
China and not dealing with it in the.
So I'm gonna go ahead and make the leap of faith that the Chinese know what they're doing about this situation better than you ever will.
They never. First of all, no one can really fix a demographic crisis. The only way to fix a
I'll say-
demographic crisis, in the most,
Hey, Grayson, I think I'll say
Yeah.
this one. I think I agree with him on one thing.
What?
Fuck the international courts.
Okay, yeah, I can kind of see it, but it's like back to my point. I was just saying that she seems to think that they know what they're doing. Demographic crises, the only way to substantially fix them is by immigration, and China's too xenophobic for immigration, so they can't do any simple solutions. And they reversed the one-child policy, but that's not bringing results. So
Yeah, they have the two-child policy now. And like if they really want results, they just remove all the restrictions.
I mean, it's like there's no way they're going to get results. At this point, it's practically an irreversible thing.
Decline. Yeah.
It's going to at best it's going to take time to resolve. And at worst, this is pretty much going to what it's going to do what it did to Japan, where it just slows them down and they'll stuck.
They'll just go through a whole decade of stagnation.
would be.
Facebook, 65 million people, and China didn't become.
I'm sure they're dealing with it and they know about it more than you do.
The narrator voice, they didn't know about it. They didn't deal with it.
Dude, imagine this guy in your face and you kind of like stutter and he kind of like gives you shit for stuttering.
Oh, that's when I just stop punching if he's in my face. I'm going to show him what a Hungarian does to a Mongoloid.
Oh man!
In a video game.
In Minecraft.
Yeah, really.
In Minecraft.
Maoism, you dumb.
You dumb bird! But the Chinese are smarter than you are, and I'm gonna just make the leap of faith that they know what they're doing, and you don't. You're a fucking random idiot bitch who doesn't know what they're talking about.
Well, they haven't proved it. Like, yeah, I'm not fucking over millions of people. That's between me and them. Yeah, I might not be as intelligent as them, but I'm also not fucking over millions of people.
Yeah. Yes, at least you're not committing genocide. Now that's in your favor.
Yeah.
Bringing up random factoids about a fucking country they have nothing to do with, and have proven they have no knowledge of the history of whatsoever.
When did I prove it? Like, I got drunk on a stream and you still are having difficulty debating me.
Yeah!
I am handicapped in this debate.
I won this debate.
Oh, you have no knowledge. You're a Mongol apologist.
Really? Is that why the Mongols are vassals, but also not vassals of the Mongols? Is that why the Roman Republic is actually the same thing as the Roman Empire?
You're literally, Smith, you're literally putting a. How do I explain this? You're putting.
How do I explain this?
There's a very complicated system, and you're trying to simplify it for 21st century.
Yes, I'm doing it!
Probably should have just mentioned that the Seljuks weren't ever part of the Mongols, but instead I go on this tirade because again,
Yeah.
this is a weak point of mine because
I'm not gonna give a historian lecture in a fucking conversation with a guy talking shit. Yes, everything is actually amounting to a civilization.
except when here's the thing, when you're in a debate, you actually do have to like be less simplistic if you're talking about something specific.
Yeah,
I think that's what I was trying to get at.
Yeah, and it's what this guy fails to understand.
But he doesn't understand much of anything. He is.
True.
Here's the thing, the reason why they call themselves Gorilla Gang is because they probably have the same thinking capacity as a gorilla.
And this guy acts like a gorilla.
They are incapable of higher thinking. They still wonder how you put why light touch.
They just smash everything around them.
It's like no, they just go. It's like ooh, what light? Ow, light bit me. Light bad. Rock light.
How's mad?
Yeah, all the gorilla can do is like destroy your
book. It's gonna have to be a simplification. You dumb fucking wispy cocksucker.
Oh, yeah, lips.
Yeah, making classy of him, making fun of someone's, making fun of how someone speaks.
Yeah, I mean, like, here's the thing. Yeah, his fans are idiots who are going to like go for anything. But most normal people who are watching this, who you want to get over, because like, not many people are tankies in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like if you're ever going to want to convince people, you can't just make arguments against your opponent that they're lispy because that's going to turn off people. Like,
yeah, it's gonna make you look like the angry, inconsiderate baboon that you are.
Yeah, because I don't think this guy definitely turned off his neighbors of his.
Yeah.
Yeah, if only because they're sick of hearing him scream his mouth off at 11 in the evening.
Well,
this is the guy been talking all that shit. By the way, guys, this is the guy that's been talking all that shit.
Don't claim to be a real historical member. You have to realize that you have to explain.
You have to explain everything. You can't have actually any simplifications. You can't create
Yeah, again, I did explain that bad, but yeah, that's basically what you have to do. You have to go into detail about a subject when you debate a subject. Shocking, I know.
Yeah, nuance. This guy really doesn't get it.
Any narrative because it's not going to touch upon the subtleties that can't actually be touched upon unless you read a 500-page book.
If you're going to claim to be an historical channel, then you have to understand.
When did I say we're a historical channel, you dumb cocksucker?
Well, when you talk about history, you practically do become a historical. Even fake revisionist history, you still technically.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
it's
claims
just-
this man claims to know so much about history, yet is unable to do these debates.
So then you shouldn't be talking about history.
Yeah, I know more about it than you, clearly.
Yeah, because you refuse to engage in nuanced discussions. Yeah, I think that look of confusion is probably accurate to what he was thinking. It's like,
Yeah,
what do you
Here's
mean?
one thing. I think I'm gonna go a little bit off topic for a second.
Okay.
Ever heard of Erno 2?
Yeah.
That guy, he's kind of milk toast. He's kind of a neocon.
Yeah. Is there any point?
That's what it means.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what people refer to the word neocon means, like somebody who's like milk toast.
You don't know.
You didn't even know that the Roman Republic was different from the Empire. What the?
Says the guy who doesn't know that the Incarnate and the Mongol Empire and
We're
fucking
different
every other
things.
the guy who thinks that steppe people are Mongols. It's like, oh yes, but yes. Oh, I'm not going to say that. We've said that like 5 times already, Deaton.
This
fuck
guy's
you know
don't get it.
It wasn't that different. They kept the same institutions.
They kept some of the same ones and added more that
Okay, yeah, you can tell we're just recycling old talking points.
weren't there before.
Yeah.
Added new institutions. They didn't remove the institutions. This
They,
is not
what do you
the
mean?
same.
The old institutions were no longer the fundamental seat of power. The seat of power
The
shifted.
Roman Senate still existed. Just because
Yeah, it did, but it had nowhere near the level of power that it did before.
Well, since I guess, well, the Senate in the United States has more power than it did in 1789, so I guess America's not. America's
Yeah.
not it, like,
And again, all of this is not relevant. I mentioned this before to the idea of Rome as an empire in the small e sense, as an expansionist power that conquered other places. It had been doing that for centuries beforehand, regardless of whether it was a republic or a capital E empire.
I think we have 2 minutes left.
that doesn't deny the fact that the empire and the republic weren't different. It means all that means is
So,
that
according to you,
government.
let me use your twisted, disgusting, hypocritical logic.
Disgusting. It's historical disgusting.
According to you, the Roman Republic and the Empire are too similar to be differentiated, even though formally we can differentiate them. But according to you, we can't actually say that all of these world historical empires that succeeded the Mongols, including the most shameless direct examples like the Timurids.
By the way, the Ottomans actually claim to have been Rome, not Mongol.
Yeah, exactly. They used that legacy as much as possible. Like I think as late as the 19th century, the Ottoman Sultan claimed to be Emperor of Rome as one of his titles.
Yeah. So
Those are not sufficiently different from the Mongol Empire.
So does that mean that the Ottoman Empire is Rome now, according to this guy?
Yeah, really.
Because
Good.
which actual kingdom claimed to be the Mongol Empire? None of them really claimed Mongol. Most of them claimed like Persian and Indian and
Or
Russian.
even if they didn't claim that, that's effectively what they were.
Yeah, like once the yuan was gone, there was like really no real Mongol. It was just a bunch of nomadic people in random spots.
Prior to draw that comparison, you fucking dumb, fucking cocksucker, hypocrite bitch.
Because Roman culture was still always the same. They still kept the same gods.
You just said it's the empire now. It's no longer just a republic. So the culture did change because there was an increased level of syncretism. You saw the rise of things like Christianity, through the cultural syncretism between the Roman Empire and provinces in the Near East.
Huh?
Well, yeah, that's the natural trend of cultures to change over time. Why is he trying to claim they were different?
Yeah, it's like, besides political changes, they didn't do anything to the culture. It's like the culture was all the same. Except now they just had this empire who didn't even claim to be a god. It's like,
yeah, really.
Maybe if the emperor, maybe if like Augustus claimed to be a god, then you'd have a point. But there was no claim of a god. The emperor was still seen as just a human. Like there was no divine right of the emperor. It was really just big army.
The emperor, like Palpatine.
For example, and also a syncretism that was happening that would give rise to the fucking Visigoths and all those fucking Germanic people who fucking attacked Rome.
You're comparing a political change to a official change in a country. That is,
Dude, you're such a fucking idiot. You're such a fucking idiot. If you're gonna say the end
projection,
yeah.
and the Republic are direct continuity, I have more right than you do than to say that
the guy is super loud.
Mongols and all those fucking people I named were direct inheritance of the Mongols.
That's his compensation for having no arguments. Just screams at the top of his lungs.
I'm allowed. Speaking
he's
to
the
a big
most
loud
strong,
mic.
he's the most loud.
Oh yeah.
It's funny how he's loud when he's wrong.
Yeah. That's the natural trend.
They were heirs of the Mongols in the same fucking way because the same syncretism happened.
Okay, I'm still trying to figure this out. The Roman Republic shifting to an imperial system after Augustus Caesar, claimed to be Caesar after a civil war, essentially just turned the office of dictator into a permanent state.
Yeah, and it's like even Roman emperor is still largely a modern concept, and like there were a varying number of titles these people called themselves, and like they tried to pretend it was a republic for many years. Like that's what Augustus did.
But apparently, a country with a completely different culture that never really recognized its Mongol. It had a little Mongol descendants, but never really recognized them in full. Like,
Is exactly the same. No, it's a total fallacy.
They were different cultures by the Mongols.
What do you mean different cultures? The Goths were a different culture. The fucking Jews were a different culture in Rome. The fucking Egyptians were a different culture. So many fucking people had different cultures.
So, I still don't know what his point is. Can anyone translate? We need a Hawes translator.
I really can't do that.
Oh, let's see. He's trying to. Okay, so I said that they never kept the same culture. He said that Rome then doesn't have legitimacy because they had people of different culture, but there was still a dominant culture in both cities.
Yeah, it was a dominant culture under a dominant state system.
And stuff like language, which was universal in the Mongol Empire, that wasn't kept. And like some of the more Khanate traditions, so I don't know what he's getting at. Honestly.
Neither do I.
Maybe this is how he wins. He just confuses you by like, wait, how does it even make sense? Like,
I don't get it.
The Italians themselves had different cultures among themselves. Rome, the city, was a different culture than the provinces. What are you talking about?
The dominant culture, dumbass.
Yeah.
Again, most of those like cultural changes with the Italians were small. They weren't like significant. They weren't like freaking Persians and Mongols. Where it's like the cultural difference.
Really is not.
You know what you're talking about when you talk about culture. You're not talking about anything substantive.
Substantive. That's his favorite word. I don't know if you know what. You have no substantive economy. You have no substantive historical knowledge. It's like, how about we just take a shot every time he says substantive?
Yes, it's like that scene from The Princess Bride. You keep saying that word. I don't think you know what it means.
Dude, shut the fuck up for 2 minutes. I can explain.
Yeah, this is when I just rage quit.
Yeah.
Understandably.
Yeah, understand. You should have done this before.
Yeah. I mean, like, I don't know why I'm still trying. I'm like, will you shut the fuck up for 2 minutes? It's just like, I should have just realized.
Shut the fuck up for 2 minutes. Talk.
You know what? This stream has proven
Talk,
to be that you
cocksucker,
cannot
talk.
hold
I want to hear what you have to say. Talk.
All right, I'll say this. Fuck you and your stupid.
He cut me off before I could even finish these.
Oh man, coward that he is. What a loser, what a baby.
Anyway, so that was Haas.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm sure we'll be seeing more of him.
I'll tell you, man, that was painful.
Yeah.
But would you rather watch that or Ben Norton?
I mean, I'm so familiar. I'm so familiar with that. I honestly rather watch Ben Norton at this point.
True.
At this point, because at least he's more refutable. At least he's kind of more. Yeah, I think he's another form of being diluted.
But to be fair, it is fun watching Haas.
Yeah, losing.
I know Haas is more entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah, Haas is more entertaining. It's just that Ben Norton is actually more cringier.
It's also kind of like how like I think Bausch is pretty bad, but he's also entertaining to watch.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just at this point like I watch Haas so many times.
Yeah, like I know. Like says a grad, you probably enjoyed it more than we did because you're relatively new to the Haas train, I think.
I think we'll be seeing more of him.
Yeah. No, I've been watching him for a while, a long while now, and I've gotten bored of him.
Yeah, if I want to attract his fan base, so I have an idea. I can just put reacting to infrared, and they'll come in the title.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, this has been hilarious, but I gotta walk my dog now. So
I'm gonna end the stream now.
Yeah, man, go watch
see y'all next time.